Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
What's your favorite podcast, Word?
You know that One Nation?
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BW, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, that's on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit and talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
You got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Hey.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd, and here with me I have Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just been doing a lot of stuff this week, and man, glad to do the show. And what else do we have going on, man? NBA playoffs.
Yeah. Conference finals.
I finally saw Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay. You want to give thoughts on that?
It was incredible. I think it's the best Mortal Kombat they've ever done.
That's not hard to do, but
exceeding 1995.
Huh?
Very beloved movie. Exceeding the first one. The second one was awful. Like, Annihilation is an embarrassment to everything. I thought that as a child. It was an embarrassment.
Oh, yeah. It was bad then. But, I mean, the first one's a good popcorn movie. Like, it's a decent
It's Enter the Dragon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you know that, you know that. But, I mean, just as far as a movie, it's like, just go there. And for what it is, it's good. It's not, I don't think it's great, but it's good. And then, as you mentioned, the second one,
Annihilation is awful. Like, throw it in the trash.
Yeah. Abort that franchise.
So the remake that they did in 2021, or basically like the reboot, I liked it, but I was like, man, it feels like there's either a money issue or it didn't light my world on fire. Right?
What do you mean? Can you explain why you thought it was, or you felt like it was money issues?
I felt like it was cheaply made, and it was like square in the middle of the pandemic.
Was it CGI?
I thought it looked bad.
You thought it looked bad?
Yeah, I thought it looked bad, and I thought some of the characters didn't quite pop through the screen, and some of the same people were
Cole, dude.
Oh yeah, I hated him too. I hated him too. I was like, you don't exist. Why are you here? Like, so they took care of that this time around. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think they put that in the trailer. They were getting rid of him.
Oh yeah, this nigga. I think he fought Shao Kahn, if I'm not mistaken. Shao Kahn dipped that nigga in that acid. Like, but yeah, this time it felt like they spent major money. Everything looked amazing. The characters looked great. The costumes were great. The people that came back, it looked like they were in better shape. And like the Jax dude looks way better this time than he did last time. Liu Kang looks way better this time than he did last time. What else? Like the story I thought was really great. Catherine went and saw it with me. She liked it too. And it really, they used the first one not as like, hey, we're gonna blow your doors off the first time around. It was really a setup movie for this one where I thought they blew the doors off.
Okay, that's good. I'll check it out. I'm backlogged on a bunch of movies, but I'm working on that right now. But yeah, it's definitely on the list.
No, I don't really, when it comes to all the cartoons and the Marvel, that ain't really my thing. But Mortal Kombat, oh yeah, line that up. We got this thing called the multiverse in Mortal Kombat. Man, it's crazy, dog. Got the time travel, all that stuff. So
yeah, that's literally all the shit from comic books.
We ain't really.
A multiverse is literally DC Comics. Earth 1, Earth 2, Earth Prime, New 52. Get rid of New 52. It's a that's the thing when it comes to the shit that we're into, Rich. Honestly, you may not be into it as far as watching a certain genre of it, but as far as what happens in it, it's all the same shit, right? Like you watch pro wrestling, you watch comic books. And then also video games or whatever else that go for a long time. There's constant reboots. There's constant it's a continuous story that you have to keep telling stories on. So what people find is let's say the kayfabe, the show Bible gets so unwieldy or they're tamped down on things they want to do that they'd be like, all right, let's move on. And then when you move on, they're like, all right, now there's your Spider-Man over here, there's your Spider-Man over here, there's your Superman over here, there's your Superman over here, there's your Batman. And then you end up with movies like Spider-Verse and comic books like Spider-Verse is all right, there's been so many different versions of Spider-Man over the last 60 years that there's so many different ones. Let's do a movie that's like a love letter to Spider-Man and all the different ones in the universe.
They did such a good job at all the backstories of the characters and It was really dope because it was when I saw it, it was like,
how many times they rebooted in the video game? This video game
3.
I was thinking twice. Okay, 3 times. There you go.
3. So I'm pretty sure it's 3.
You know what happens when you reboot? Besides that,
you reset the generations. You sell it to a new group of kids.
But classic DC. This is the reason why they've had to keep rechanging their universe and all this kind of stuff is once you reboot, you piss off the people that were fans of the original and they still want their shit because basically what you've done is you've killed off their shit. Mm-hmm. So unless you find a big enough writer to rewrite or whatever else, but in video games, the video game development is so expensive. Never going to go back to Mortal Kombat, the first storyline of Mortal Kombat. They're never going to do that.
Yeah, it really makes sense to bring it forward. Now, Liu Kang is basically Raiden now, which is weird. And Raiden is Liu Kang now. And Scorpion and Sub-Zero are regular humans rather than and they were brothers now, I believe. So there's a bunch of shit that happened in part 1, but that's not the
swap. So why not?
Yeah, that's not the story that's in the Mortal Kombat 2. It's more Mortal Kombat, the first storyline, but a little bit later on. It's pretty interesting.
They're under no obligation.
Yeah, they're
in the movie, they're under no obligation to do exactly what a video game is. The video game is not detailed enough to give you a full encompassing world to get through whatever we're trying to get to as far as a franchise. They're always gonna have to add shit. So
it's set up.
That's why video game movies should be so bad at first. When we were kids, they were always awful. You ever seen the Mario Bros movie from the 90s?
No, I don't.
Horrendous.
I don't think I did. No,
it's damn near Mortal Kombat 2 bad. I remember correctly. I think John Leguizamo's Luigi or some shit like that. It's.
I don't like him anyway.
Because he's Vinny Blanco.
Yep. If he ever come across me, he gonna start hearing this. Them saxophones will get loud.
Oh man.
But put him on the who is somebody like that when you see him in the movie just I don't fuck with him.
Oh, Terrence Howard, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Terrence Howard plays
I'm John Leguizamo. You Terrence Howard.
Trying to think. He's dead now, but Alan Rickman.
I don't know who that is.
Alan Rickman plays Snape in Harry Potter. He was also the main villain in Die Hard.
Okay.
Like his whole career is him playing an evil guy. Oh, and also you ever seen the movie Love Actually?
No.
No, is it Love Actually? Whatever the British Christmas movie is, y'all can correct me anything. I think it's Love Actually. I'm probably wrong on that one, but like the British Christmas movie that gets played all the time, people hate. That has like Keira Knightley in it, and she would tell at Geofor. And anyway, but Alan Rickman's in it. Alan Rickman, like he's having like he's married, and then he has an affair with his secretary. And his wife leaves him at the end. Every movie I've ever seen Alan Rickman, he's been a fuck nigga. Like every time. Like the only movie he's not a fuck nigga is in a series where he eventually becomes evil, which he's Snape in Harry Potter.
Look at that.
Ask Catherine about Snape. She don't. I guarantee you, she don't like.
Oh, I know about Snape.
Okay, then there you go. Slytherin, fuck niggas. Anyway, So, yeah. What was I going to say? I mean, where do you want to go now? Since we talked about Mortal Kombat, you told me I need to go watch it.
Well, you was talking about fuck niggas, so I guess we can start with Drake.
Oh my god. What's wrong with you, man? Alright, so Drake last Friday, like right before we ended the show, released 3 albums. At first, I was under the impression that he was dropping only 1 album for the Iceman one. That was a highly anticipated one. His first solo album since everything that happened in 2024. And I believe the last album before that was For All the Dogs, right?
It was.
Yeah. I'm not going to... I mean, we have a review for Some Sexy Songs from you. If you want to, you can hear us kick that one in the ass. That album with Party Next Door in the ass. I think this album is much better.
Agreed.
I think this is, from what I've heard of the Drake catalog in the last decade, which is his clear post-views anyway, this might be the best one as a solo album. I don't know what your thoughts on that one, Rich, but I mean, I think the album, at first, when I first heard it on first listen, I thought it was a bad album. I'm at like 2.5 to 3 listens. I'm at it's acceptably mid. So I'm giving it something like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
So, what were your thoughts on initially, Rich, before we get into it?
So, initially, like, I was like, oh, he looks like he's about to tap in. The first couple songs I was, like, listening to, and I was like, this is riding a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then, like, there's just, like, this weird mid portion of the album, and it's like, huh, like, where did he really...
That back third's tough.
That back third's tough, and then it feels like some of these songs are dated. Like, and it felt like I've heard these joints through like various leaks and these songs did nothing. These songs did nothing charting wise and like hit wise. The obvious hits don't jump out at me on Iceman, at least. I think the Maid of Honor and the Habibti are frisbees and should never be listened to again. I haven't even heard them,
so I can't even. The only song I've heard from any of them, from Habibti or from Maid of Honor, is Rich Key put up the the comment. The BBW. So we got off stream after we got done doing the show and then put the audio version. We went to the stream or whatever else, and me and Rich had listened to the album. Like, we got off air, we listened to the album. Or did we have it on stream? I can't remember.
We were off stream.
Okay, yeah, they would have snatched that shit down. But listen to it, and I was like, man, no. And then Rich was like, there's a song called BBW, and he was like, we had to stop the listening session, I think midway through, to play BBW, and I was like, oh my god, this is
horrible,
bad, really bad.
Look, the BBW community deserves better.
Yeah, they've had better.
Look, the BBW community done got, out here. There's a lot of brothers out here that will swear by the BBW community. The BBW community has been there for a lot of brothers. Like, and how dare Drake come with this disrespect?
Yeah. Like the song he has with Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown and Wayne only, when he talk BBWs, that song's a good song.
Look, why wasn't Redman on the song with him?
Here's my question. how many Redman albums or forget albums? How many Redman songs do you think he's ever heard? Like, not naming the Rottweiler. How many Redman songs do you think he's heard?
I think he's probably heard some Redman.
Okay, if you say so. Yeah, man. I just that wasn't a good song. And then also you hear like the sound of it is like it sounds almost like it's the instruments on the song sound like it's mocking big women. Like it sounds like that low bass. It can mimic like have you ever heard of like how do I say this? It can mimic like you're mocking a big person walking.
Gotcha.
It doesn't sound. It's not endearing. You can take it as not endearing. But whatever. That song stunk. We're moving on. So
he has a song called WNBA, but it's not really about the WNBA. He's just saying balling like the WNBA. It's one of those stupid ones. As far as Iceman goes, like some of the rapping I think is outright atrocious. Just absolutely corny lines that are like just like throw tomatoes at him level rapping. Then there's like
there are cringeworthy lines all over the place on this album. Yeah.
Then there's like this portion like where I'm like, oh, he's kind of opening up. He's talking about, feeling like he's going to turn 40. He's struggling with it. His dad has cancer, which comes out that his dad does not have cancer or did not have cancer anymore. I don't know what it is, but he made it sound like it was a current event.
They made it. Okay, here's the thing. That's the problem when you record so much and you're him and you've been working on this. You've been working towards the album for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
When it first came out, I was like, wait, what? When I saw that TMZ thing, I was like, wait, what? And then I thought to myself, wait, that's unfair because he's been building towards his album, and then who knows if he had made this 6 months ago or whatever else.
Yeah.
So I was like, give him a benefit of the doubt, whatever. And also like,
that's tough.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that like that happened in him and the timing, whatever else, because you don't know when he made that. So it's fair that like, if there's some shit where like, oh yeah, he
was lying.
Let's say he had this album, like if he had this song for 4 years or whatever else. If this was happened 4 years ago, there's a problem. If this is something that happened like last year, whatever. It's too into nitty-gritty. I'm not an invested journalist. I don't care. My point is like, it felt like you finally heard this song from Drake. You heard that's the intro to the song that you've been waiting to hear from Drake for 2 years, and then he gives you the time and place song, not timestamp. I mean like introspective, bare your soul to as much as he can bear his soul, or as much as he's willing to bear his soul. And still give that veneer of, yeah, it's still fake nice guy stuff because Drake's still Drake. And he's going to give you fake nice guy, I'm super sensitive. I can call it all of you pussies. Throughout the whole album, he's doing all that. But that was the song I was most looking forward to. If he's going to address and talk about all the stuff he's going through. And he did. And then it's like, oh, immediately after hearing that album, thinking like, for first listening, being completely unimpressed. And then like, the next day wake up and be like, wait, what? He's lying on this? This was supposed to be the most sincere song on the album. He's flat out lying. I was about to read him the riot act. But I thought about it. I was like, what? That's unfair. That's unfair. We don't know when it's recorded. So
there's another part, like he starts rapping like Kodak Black at random.
Twice. He did it on what was it? Not Plot Twist. Not What
Lil
Did
Birdie.
I Miss? Like around there.
Burning Bridges.
Burning
Bridges and Lil Birdie.
Yeah.
Lil Birdie gonna go crazy in Florida though. I'll tell you that. Like that's gonna be.
I mean, I'm not mad at either one of them. I just was thinking to myself like, but why are you rapping like Kodak?
Right. Then there's song stealing allegations from 1900 Rugrat. I don't know how serious people want to take that, but
I've never heard of. I've heard that name. I've never heard the music. So.
You know who it is? Cracker got the AR, like that guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Trying to think what else. Okay. He then did he had this very kind of victim defeatist rap that went all throughout this thing.
That's the entire theme. He's still bitter that he lost and got his ass kicked, and he's basically
it's like bro, it's like he got in a fight at school, he lost, and everybody saw him lose, right?
Yep.
but they still love him, so they can't quite look him in the eye, right? And when I say them, I mean like his fan base and the people. He's like, I didn't do that bad, did I? Essentially, so? and he's like, in a way, I kind of won. That's what he's, the energy kind of gives off to me. Yeah, okay. And obviously, we kicked his backside in for all the lawsuit stuff, and he's talking about he'll battle the label and all this other stuff. I'm like, he's an outworld.
Yeah, that is propaganda, and then that is fake news. Like
he's serving like a particular like.
He is like, this album is really good for building I didn't lose the election.
This is a whole denial.
He has built a world of illusion around him, and sometimes it sounds good, other times it's like I can't suspend my disbelief enough to go with you, and that's why when I first heard the album I was like, nah, man. And then as I listened to it more, I was like, you know what?
You know how much harder this shit would be if he was like, yeah, I lost, but I'm me. Like, he'd be like, I lose a battle, but I don't lose myself, essentially. Like, but the thing is, he don't sell himself, so that's the problem. Like, and it was such a I think the battle with Kendrick, because Drake was never interested in giving us the reality of him, right? So Kendrick put all that stuff under a microscope, I think, right? So we are ingesting Drake the person while Drake the gimmick is still trying to proceed, right?
Yeah.
However, he could never, if he found a way on this album, in my eyes, to take back Drake the person a little bit, I think it would go hard. But he's still giving Drake, he's not breaking kayfabe, James.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the biggest problem with this album. And that's why when when I first heard it, I was like, nah, this sucks. And then after the second play and the third play, and I was like, you know what? Rap is wrestling. It always was. Why am I giving this dude a harder? Why am I harder on him than anyone else? And I mean, obviously there's a reason for it. It's because he has broken.
You're supposed to be the man. You're supposed to like.
It's not even that. It's for me because I don't be caring about that kind of stuff, right? But for me it was like, because now he's out here suing people. He's out here suing his label, and he's out here saying people got fake numbers and streams. Meanwhile, we know he got fake numbers and streams. And I guess now it's not the appropriate time to talk about how his second day fall off was ridiculous. It was like outsized. It's like, all right, well, I thought the bots or whatever else. Like, if there's bots or whatever else, what does it say that you're having like 50 and 60% decline on from day 2 to day whatever on your shit?
Listen to these song titles: "Make Them Cry," "Make Them Pay."
The Make songs are like the two best.
Make
songs.
Them Remember. Make Them Know. He has 4 Make Them songs on there. Like, this is a lack of creativity. This is a lack of all this stuff just feels very one note, and
I mean some
dark.
of it is also,
and he can we ban him from switching beats too much, bro? It just feels like a way to not pay niggas. Switching
beats for the sake of switching beats. It's not even for the betterment of the song, right? Like, the intro has 3 beats all 3. There's no one beat better than the other one. He just wanted to rap over 3 beats at once. Dust.
Just do that on your intro or whatever. That's fine. I don't care. Do whatever you want on your intro. Damn near.
Dust,
he does this 6 different songs.
It's like an interlude at the first. Then they play the dust, blow dust off your plaques, and I'm enjoying that song. And then he switched to this shitty thing after that. There's problems like that. What's the other one? Whisper My Name. What's my name? Great.
That shit was going hard in the beginning,
and then it turns into bullshit at the end. There's another song. There's multiple songs that were like, the best part of the song is like, why? There's no point for switching beats like this. It doesn't add anything. In fact, it lessens the experience, because now you're making worse. And then it's like, okay, so you do all these beat switches on better beats, like National Treasure, right? He switches out of that, right? National Treasure is like one of the best beats on the album. And then it's like, oh no, but Janet, shut the fuck up. Let that run for like 4 minutes straight. All right, bro. Okay.
I think the song Future is terrible.
I I think it's one of the weaker songs they've ever done. That's going to be a single. I thought, now when I first heard the album, I was like, all right, well, I think that's going to be the one that gets played the most. That's going to be the quote unquote single that hits the radio, and it's going to work. But it's not like it's a great song. It sound, especially the second, another beat switch, right? The beat, that Future Rap song, it sounds a lot like that I'm Too Sexy already. That they already did a few years ago.
Yep. You can play it and not hear, be like, oh man, it's been 5 years since then. Oh, it's like no time passed at all.
It came out 5 years ago?
That came out at least 5 years ago. That was on the album with the Certified Lover Boy album.
Okay,
I believe.
Yeah. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about, you mentioned Future's on there. So, like, the only name features on here, really, like people that have names in the game that I can remember, are Future and 21 Savage, and it's like
that government mandated 21 Savage feature at this point,
and it ain't do nothing for that song. That song could have been kept out. Like, in fact, like when I hear that song, I gotta remember, like, oh yeah, because I'm thinking of so many beat switches. I don't know what's a beat switch and what's a song change.
Correct.
So like National Treasure, I'm thinking that's the beat switch, and all of a sudden I play, oh no, that's beat switch. I can skip that because I don't like that song. But so.
He got the West Coast song where he's like,
oh yeah. So he's doing the thing of like, I'll show you how to really make a real West Coast hit or whatever else, and like the first beat is the better beat, but he has to switch beats, and he raps over the second one. The second one, he's rapping like ass on it, and then I saw people say, all right, if it's so good, they took Kendrick's vocals from stems from Squabble Up and put it over that beat, and
funny.
And Kendrick is snapping on this shit, and I was like, that ain't fair. But yeah, it's and then
he's
the
sending
content,
a bunch of shots.
The content of the song, he took all these shots at Mustard, and it's like, all right, man, like we're doing the thing. Like now, I appreciate this as far as he's keeping a pretty insane amount of consistency for like every single person that I could possibly take slights from, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's Joe Budden.
The jig is up. I
multiple times. The 500,000 thing.
I found that funny.
Yeah, I found them all humorous because like Jay-Z don't give a fuck. So
call him Jig.
Kendrick, right? I'm like, I be calling him Jigga Man to be like, I ain't forget when you call yourself Jigga Man, ho. Don't think I ain't remember that. He call yourself the Jigga
call
Man.
himself nigga essentially,
yeah,
like
the Nigga Man. Yes. So and then also like there's allusions to Jigaboo, and that you can use that too. Like, nah, that's not a good nickname, ho. That's not a good name, Mr. Sean Corey Carter. Yeah.
Saxophones.
Yes. So, but just thinking about like all the people, like obviously Kendrick, got Mustard. Trying to think, threw some shots at A$AP Rocky.
Oh yeah.
You told me some of the other names that he was throwing shots at.
LeBron.
Oh yeah, LeBron.
Bro, did you see that thing where I guess he did a video for this, and then like he had like some chick walk out as he says that line, like almost like, yeah, this is the chick that you was out here with. Actually, I can't do. I can't play it because it'll get yanked.
I haven't seen none of those music videos, whatever, or the snippets or visuals.
DJ Khaled also.
Oh yep, Khaled as well.
That whole thing with the free palette, that was nasty. That was nasty.
That was like I was like, oh, okay. I'm surprised Drake is touching that one.
Yeah, he was out here like trafficking in that they hate me because I'm Jewish.
Yeah, he did. That's on that same on the end of it, that what's it called now? But it was called a timestamp song about not New Orleans.
I think it's Make Them Remember.
Yeah, Make Them Remember. Yeah, at first when it came out the day before or whatever else, it was a timestamp song about Charlotte, I think. But anyway,
called Cold a Married Man or something like that. Ross.
Yep. So all of that stuff, I found it to be fairly interesting. It was interesting that like everybody he has issues with, or whatever else at that time, he's still holding these grudges or whatever. Oh, DeMar DeRozan definitely got some. National Treasure, the whole song's about DeMar DeRozan. Like I was interested. I was interested to hear that, and I was like, huh, like the Future.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I don't think he mentioned anything about Young Thug, but Young Thug was in them, his phone calls, whatever else. He was, saying all sorts of shit about Drake. Like, yeah, man, Drake. Fake.
He know better.
Yeah. He's stupid.
He know better. Yeah, nigga would hear them saxophones.
He's stupid. But I just hearing all these grudges 2 years later, and this is the same guy that, like, if he had won, 2 years later from now, he would have 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, he couldn't have waited to bring Kendrick Lamar back on stage or whatever else, to bring, like he did with Meek Mill, right?
Yeah.
But he lost, so he's still just super bitter about it. And it's like, I'm listening to
I get the feeling he would have, had he won, he would have gone about this album in similar ways. Because this nigga feels like look, when he said that thing about the Jewish roots, he sees himself as a victim. Like, and like he would have saw himself as an underdog. He maybe have came up. So I'll say this. Listening to his vocals itself, right? Mm-hmm. I felt like I played that whole thing, and I felt like this nigga was depressed on a lot of this shit, right? I'll go back.
It's a lot of Heart Part 6, yeah.
I'll go back to Scorpion. I'll be like, yo, you just listen to the sound of the guy's voice, and it feels like his spirit has completely, like, morphed in that time. And it's like, it's not an age thing. It's not a vocal thing. It's like, I felt like he had something to say, kind of. Like, you listen to, like, 8 out of 10, for example. Like, I have been talking about that. Like, 8 out of 10 from Scorpion.
What was the one when he was talking about how much he's bitter and he hated women? Was that Views?
Her Loss.
No,
Views.
Before that.
Oh, okay.
There was, like, in the discography, it was like a clear change. Like, yo, he sounds like he hates life.
Views.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. He sounded like that, too, on Views. Where he's like, he sounds miserable. Like, he don't want to do this. Like, this verse, it's been a lot of that the last, decade or whatever else. But, like, this first time I felt like, I don't know if he wants to do this anymore.
Yeah. Like, Scorpion, he's way better than he is on Iceman, in my eyes.
Yeah. That's a better album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that might be his only good, legitimately good album from this last
That's
decade.
where we draw the line, I think. Like, I've got a picture, and I'm actually going to share it here of his albums, and I'll put it on the screen in just a second if you carry me momentarily.
Okay.
Pause.
He's stupid. But, all right, so I'm looking at the message. I'm assuming you just sent me something. But, yeah, I just, yeah, that discography is crazy.
It kind of looks crazy. So we're gonna pull this up.
There's a clear line of
tell me where we drawing the line right here.
For me,
I was gonna say I know where I'm drawing it.
Oh, like, I mean, for me, I'm drawing that line right in that bottom row.
I was gonna say, in my eyes, I would be willing to sacrifice Scorpion to just keep the rest of the bottom row and then throw everything else in the trash.
Yeah, same.
I know that probably sounds crazy to people, right? But I'm like, all right, man,
if you've been listening to Drake since 2009, or you've been listening to even before then, if you go back to So Far Gone, you absolutely agree. Like, so when I first listened, I'm got a text thread with Diaz and Alex and Julian and Kirby, and they were like, They were cutting slack for this album in a way that, like, I wanted to argue with him, but I just left it alone. And then Alex came in and was like, you know what, James, you holding it. I was like, I hopped in here. I was like, hey man, I think I like 7 or 8 of these 18 songs on the first listen. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, this is not. But the thing none of them were willing to say was, this is a great album or this is a very good album. They were all like, it's acceptable. And I was like, he is the biggest rapper. He's the most prolific hitmaker in the history of rap. He's a great actual rapper. He hasn't made a great album in a decade. This album, none of y'all are arguing is great. And when you go to it, like, none of these songs, I think in 5 years, when he's back on the road performing, I don't need to perform in a single one of these songs 5 years from now.
It's funny that you bring that up.
Added to his catalog of this, you're going.
What's on your all-time reel?
Yeah, like your top 20, like your verses, whatever. None of these songs gonna make crack a Drake verse. Even if you want to go 30 deep, even if you want to go 40 deep, I argue, right? So Is he so can we just say he's a legacy act that it has super crazy superstar inertia and he keeps going in the way that like Taylor Swift is in the same situation, and it's honestly quite fitting because these are two people that have not grown up, are still stuck in Kids R Us mode, and their best albums are long past them now. They're a decade in the past.
Yeah, it's
they're just pop stars.
So after Iceman, the next day I went and made a 5-hour Drake playlist out of all the songs from these albums. The one I went to each album and was like, all right, what do I want from his all-time reel? And I grabbed everything that I wanted, right? It was 5 hours, and I was like, I got Iceman. I didn't even bother putting anything on it yet, but I was like, this is the Drake, and it's like you go through, and I go through. It's like 4 songs from this album, 6 songs from this album, whatever, and I'm like, this guy has given us like half quality albums almost as long as he's like been doing this.
Longer.
Seemingly.
You could argue longer.
Yeah.
Because look at that. Look at that. Scorpion's right there. Scorpion's like the only one where you say I'm pulling like more than 3 off maybe.
I think Scorpion might have the most.
Right. Yeah.
And I think maybe if you're reading this too late, that for me, that's Drake's real one, and maybe Scorpion, right? And with like God's Plan, it feels like he's on top of the world at that point, right? Yeah. In My Feelings, whole first disc, me is great.
Yeah,
4 songs off the second one. I think the rest stinks, but whatever. It's a double album.
Yeah.
And then also, that pandemic comes along.
And even though there's filler on it, there are so many great records on there that you can accept that. Like, that's my point when I was arguing with them on the thing was like, yes, this is a 4, but this is a 7 out of 10. But none of the 7 or 8 out of 10, but none of the 7 or 8 I like are like great songs, I feel. They're just songs that like I know are going to work and I enjoy them, but like none of these are, like I mentioned, this conversation we just having. None of these are knocking out Nice for What. None of these are knocking out Lord Knows. You know what I'm saying? Like none of these are knocking out like I'm on One.
Right. Like For All the Dogs album. Remember when that album came out and the world bullied him into putting more songs out, essentially to be like to try to save the album?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Certified Lover Boy. Literally, I only have 2 songs on it worth a damn in my eyes. Dark Lane demo tapes, Low Pressure Release. I think is actually kind of is actually good, but for a low pressure release. Care Package is a collection of old songs. Then there's More Life, which is cool. I think it was better than Views. I think Views stinks to this day. Honestly, Nevermind, Frisbee, Her Loss.
That has like one song good. On there. One song.
Her Loss got some joints, like, and I think that was like.
But that is a collab album. That shit don't count.
Yeah, it's not great. And then the Maid of Honor Habibti thing is like.
I can't speak on that. I haven't heard them.
I don't even want to.
BBW.
He's trying to. He got out of the contract and different stuff like that.
Do we know if that's true or not?
I don't know if it's true, but that's what the conversation has been around. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Because
it would make sense.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things that it's a leading move, right? It's like, he dropped 3 albums. Why the fuck would he do that? And the only thing we can grasp at is, he's trying to get out of his deal by doing this. But it's like, man, these record labels for forever have always, had the upper hand on that shit. Like, you gonna try to drop 3 or whatever else? Okay, you actually owe us 5. Since you want to play slick on some bullshit and drop 3 albums on release, so it ends up like hurting our chance to actually, make money.
Like, how do you market
all
this
back to back like that?
Like, how do you spend advertising dollars on this? Like, because like
that's why I'm saying
he did all the advertising dollars in the roll up for Iceman. He was setting up fucking ice and city blocks and shit.
There was no BT or Maiden of Honor shit at all.
Right.
There was no interview or there was no pressing talking about his parents or his mom or none of that shit.
Right. So it's like, I guess the marketing is the release combined. Like, they just feel like, all right, you buy like a video game and it has like
a demo.
It has like another disc on the back of that bitch, or the demo disc. Yes, that's what the fuck that shit is like, almost. But I'll keep listening to it, whatever, because it's like, all right, if he's actually gonna give me a full rap album, which he finally kind of did on this, right? it just seemed like it suffered from all the same things his other albums suffered from, like that have the singing on it.
Yeah, and another part of it is like, you listen to Family Matters, and he's rapping his ass off on it. There is nothing on this album where he's rapping that well on as that. And it's like, you know, even though I enjoy this stuff, I'm still at a point where it's like, there are only brief moments of excellent rapping on this album. Brief moments of it. And it's like, well, what the fuck? Are you just never... Well, I've already, you know, a big part of the reason why I'm not into listening to rap like this more because, like, a guy like that is that talented is out here disappointing me left and right for while he's still making good albums at that time. Let alone now where it's like, oh, now he's not even making good albums. So that's a big part of it. Like, Drake has been a part of killing my love for contemporary rap music. He's been a big part of it.
That is.
I mean, we just went through his discography. Do you hear anything to be like, yeah, James, you should have stayed on for this. This would have reunited your love with hip hop. No.
Yeah. This, I don't know, man. It feels like an album for the new bass, the new Drake fan.
That's another thing. He's rapping. He is on. Okay, so I mean, I don't know what time you want to place it. You'd be better at this than me. But like, there was clearly been a switch, and like, yeah, I'm rapping for white kids and streamers.
Her loss going forward.
There you go.
Yeah, like that's a new audience. Like, he's not rapping for
it's incel
like,
rap. And then like it's not
it ain't quote unquote for the hoes.
It's not as I hate women as much on this album, but it's like it's still just so much of grievance rap. It's like the whole album is grievance rap. Like I got a hit list of people that have wronged me, and I am going to, you know, take shots at every single one of them for 18 tracks. Like, and not many of them are women, except for I guess a woman in the intro that I guess he was dating. I'm assuming that was I'm not good with these Drake, you know.
I don't follow
but I'm assuming it was Lotto's young sister that he was inappropriately dating anyway. Yeah. Shit. Whatever. Yeah, man, it is what it is with him. But like, you know, I guess you could say it's some priors because like this album ain't a brick, and I thought a lot of these other albums when I've heard them be like, I can't believe these things suck. I think I'd be like, Rich told me this shit sucked, and now I'm like, it's exactly what he said it was.
Like, I feel like I'm really good at evaluating Drake. I feel like he is a contemporary of mine, and I see where he's going. And in a way, I was like, man, I see what he's doing. I'm like, damn, if he's not inspired, or if I don't feel like he's inspired, it's like, well, what the fuck am I at this point? So, like, there is that. I'm like, I think I still got something in the tank. Like, I feel like if I listen to Free Spirit, it will mop Iceman up, personally.
So,
but
one thing
Free Spirit's still under construction.
So, one thing I haven't heard, right? You tell me. Like, I've only heard it in regards to talking about sales and streaming data and that kind of shit. That's, for me, it's something I just keep note of. I don't care. It doesn't influence what I think of the music because numbers in tweets in propaganda is not going to influence me one way or the other on how I feel about when I listen to
that. Don't impress me.
Yeah, I mean, it can impress you. That's why if I'm not like get to something immediately, like I always take 2 weeks off so I can get whatever's in my mind out of there, so I can come and try to come with a blank slate. So. I've heard people talk about how much they like this album or they don't or whatever else. Regardless, one thing I have not seen people do, which is interesting to me, is they have not compared this to GNX, like critically.
Really?
I haven't seen that.
Huh?
And I mean, you know the reason why? Because GNX is a great album. This ain't.
Yeah.
And it would not be. It is like he's not even
like GNX. When I was listening to it,
Drake as an album has been so, or Drake as an album maker, as a solo artist, has been so at a certain level of mid that like people are like, yeah, you know, he good, you know, okay,
yeah.
You dropped an album of stuff that doesn't suck.
Yeah, like it depends. Your taste may vary on some of the beats and stuff like that on here. Like they're fine, but like
and some of the cringe lines. Like people like Janet, shut the fuck up, and I think it's awful. I can't like.
It's gonna grow.
I like the content of what he's rapping about, but like that hook is awful.
I think it's gonna grow slowly, and I
know it has an earworm effect to it because I've already people talk about it, like FD Signifier was talking about like he's like this is for the autistic mind. I was like, he's like this is for the autistic. He's like this shit is gonna be addicted to the autistic mind. That's
crazy.
That chipmunky or what is it? That chipmunky like auto tune is going in the way he's rapping or the way he's singing it is like that's gonna be like earworm people. I was like, I guess so. It ain't work for me. I think that shit's awful.
Yeah. That's interesting. All right, man. Let's pack Drake up. Let's get to a real superstar.
Hold on. You had a point about GNX you wanted to make.
Oh yes, GNX. I felt like GNX. I couldn't stop listening to it. Like I wanted to listen to it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And that doesn't come from me being some big Kendrick Lamar fan or anything. It's just like I thought it was really dope.
Can I expose the truth?
Oh, go ahead.
Rich used to be like, why is this nigga saying that he smoked people's top 5? He don't rap no more. Now I used to be like, hey man, this man done made some great records. I don't know what you talking about, Rich. And then 2024 happened. He was like, you know what? Never mind. He got it.
Never mind. Because like at this time it was like this 5-year gap, and I was like, all right, nigga. Like, and I know COVID,
and also you keep doing this thing about this 5-year gap. He did the Black Panther soundtrack. You used to be ignoring that shit.
If the collab album don't count for Drake, I ain't counting that for Kendrick. Like as some solo release. So like he would put these like kind of one-off songs out, and they were great. Like All the Stars, like that's a fucking like exactly that's a place and time song. You know exactly where you were when that shit was going, right? Are you gonna remember fucking anything about Iceman? like as far as like when I heard What Did I Miss again, right? Because like this was out the end of last summer, and I'm like,
was it that long ago?
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, and they hear it again. I'm like, oh, you missed. What did I miss, nigga? Like did I miss something?
Were you surprised to hear it? You surprised to hear it? Yeah.
Right. And I was like, huh. And then like there was a couple other songs that he had put out as Lucy's that appeared on the other albums. Like that song with Central C, I think is very bad. Yeah, and the reviewers are like trying to cut Made Honor some slack. Like, nah, bro. Like,
I haven't heard it. Can't speak.
Yeah. So,
but then was Made Honor the singing one?
No. Oh, like that one's more like the dance kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's got like the Sexy Red song and the Cheetah Print stuff. It's
yeah. People bending that one over the knee.
Yeah.
People giving that shit all the blue. Like, what is it? What is this machine? What is this 80s drum machine ass shit?
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, man, fuck you. 80s drum machines are awesome.
That nigga made that shit on a TR 909 and shit. Like, nigga.
Nah, bro. I tell you this right now. No, we ain't even top down on the Rolling TR 909. A Rolling TR 909 got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of hit records off them same drums.
He actually has I think he has a Prince song as well, like using those Prince drums,
the Lynn drums
on one of them. Yes, on one of them songs. I was like, it's taking him forever to do this. What took so long? Like,
he's not a Prince guy.
It's so funny. I heard that and I was like, huh.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember which one it's from. I don't remember which one it's from. Obviously, it's fucking 40-something songs. Like, nobody needs this much from one artist. Like, Chris Brown is like, hey, bro, you're doing too much.
And Chris Brown didn't try to sell you on his 3 different albums or 2 different albums. He was like, nah, here's the album and all the shit. There you go. Go stream it up.
Yeah, that's, chart manipulation, all that shit. So.
Crazy. And that's another part about it, right? Like, the other 2 albums, I ain't hearing nothing about any of them things doing anything as far as streaming big streams or any of that. It's all Iceman shit.
How do you promote it? Like, it's like, you can't divert your attention to 3 fucking places. Like, you only listen to one. I listened to them all, but I was like, I'll never listen to the other 2 again. Like, in a full sitting. Like, no, why would I do that?
Oh, I thought you meant like, nah, I'm never listening to shit. No, I'm going into like the album.
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
I'm never click on that
on
Spotify or whatever else and being like, cancel, like never, like
do not
block it.
recommend. Like, yes, do not recommend. Don't play nothing off this. This is frisbee. This is mud. This
Like-
is skip.
Like,
Mid. Skip.
Mid, skip. Yeah, so there's a feature on Spotify that I've only had to use for like one or two artists. That's basically like you can just cancel them. You just cancel, like shut it down.
That's funny.
You never have to hear it. So my can you guess who my two people that I've done it to for are?
Kanye West.
No, actually not.
No, wow.
He'd be the next person if I had to pick somebody, though.
R. Kelly.
Yes. Can you guess the next one?
No, I can't.
Tory Lanez. You can't.
Okay.
You can't shoot Megan Thee Stallion and get the play over, get plays over here on this side. Ain't no fucking way.
You ain't trying to hear the remix R&B?
I really enjoyed Chicks Tape 5. Really did. Like the remix of I'm Sprung that he did was awesome. The remix he did of Snoop Dogg Let's Get Blown, great. The one he did of the intro that's Jagged Edge, Trade It All with Fabulous and Diddy.
Yep.
It's awesome too. Nah. You can't shoot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot and get plays over this way, bro. Not for me. I got some friends that'll still play him, but not me personally.
Yeah.
Damn, you did gunshots.
I sure did.
That wasn't appropriate, sir. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on Carvana. Pickup fees may apply.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Victor Wembanyama.
Oh, man.
Nigga, that game 1. Mm-hmm. I had game 2 up. I wasn't really paying as close attention to game 2.
Uh-huh.
For whatever reason, but game 1. Talk about all-time classic NBA games.
Yeah.
Send it in to fucking Springfield, Mass. Look, send the fucking masters of the videotape to Springfield, Mass. Like, if I could put a game in the Hall of Fame, I'm doing it. Like,
yeah. Like, I'm trying to think of the last NBA game that I thought was like in that realm. The closest I can think of right now is like that 2021 Durant game. Where he has 49.
the overtime game.
Overtime, he scores 49 points.
I think what I like so much about this game is because,
and this, for the record, the game this week was better than that. But I'm just saying, like, a game this immediately comes to mind of like, oh my god.
I was gonna say, like, we watch a lot of games every year, right?
Yeah.
We see guys win their first title. We see teams take their first step or whatever. But it is something special that I think everyone should appreciate and also kind of be amazed by when we see a superstar come into the person that we all thought they'd be, and they have that defining game, right? Because this was it. Like, even if they fucking lose this series or he gets to the finals and loses, it's like, oh no, nigga, it's Wemby's league now. Like, and it's like, should we give him the league like so quickly, quote unquote? I don't know if anyone has a choice really at this point. Like, and I say that just from him being able to affect the game in so many different ways. His potential is so high, and it's like he's driven by seemingly all the right things. Like, he's got like just this thing to him that I think that a lot of greats have. He's gonna completely skip the scared, passive, let down, seemingly, right? I don't know that for sure, right? But they have a really good chance to win the championship this year. And if that shit happens, that's like Bill Walton in 1977.
Yeah.
That's something like that, like with his young team.
Magic.
It's like these guys get to the mountaintop so fast, like, you know, and then it's like, okay, like how many of these can you stack up? And it's like his window is opening faster than seemingly we thought it would. Mm-hmm. And I was just in awe by, you know, the shooting, the defense, the don't give a fuck, I'm dunking, I don't care who's down there, the hatred that he's playing with, the fucking logo 3 from Caitlin Land. I was like, hey, brother, like, I was like, yo, them niggas just look shell-shocked. Like, the Thunder is like, yeah, nigga, we done whooped the league for 2 years. We have no answer. Like, that's what it seems like.
Well, they came with an answer for game 2. It was just, hey, let's just hook them and clamp them as much as we can and get away with it. But we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, a lot of what you said, I completely agree with. Like, this is one of those games where I think to myself, shorthand list of guys in the last, or let's just say, let's just only say the 2020s, right? The only games I got up here with this would even be close. Would be like the 50 piece to close out the finals from Giannis in 2021. Yeah, that Durant game we just talked about a second ago, he scored 49. I think there was like a 40-point triple double game from Jokic, or whatever else. But like, but just as far as, but that's not encompassing. There's a difference between you look at the stats and you watch the game and then he takes that crazy shot. But it's also when you watch the game, you feel what he does defensively more than any other defensive player I've ever seen. I watched Hakeem Olajuwon when I was a kid. I saw Kevin Garnett be the best pick and roll big I've ever seen in my life. I've seen Anthony Davis come out here and dominate as a defensive player. I've seen Kawhi Leonard make it where niggas don't even want to dribble no more. Avery Bradley made it pick up niggas 94 and they don't want to dribble. I've seen Draymond Green be the fastest, smartest processor of being able to anticipate what people are doing next faster than anyone I've ever seen in my life. Right? LeBron James being the greatest defensive Swiss Army knife I've ever seen in my life. I've seen all of them. Scottie Pippen, all that. And Michael Jordan together. There is nobody that he dictates terms on as a defensive player. He dictates terms of offensive players, and I don't mean
niggas be running scared. Like it's like they hear his footsteps coming.
I want to rephrase that. He doesn't dictate terms to players. He dictates terms to entire teams. You can't do this. Don't even bother. How many times do you see people not wanting to go in and then go into the paint and then come out? How many people Dean is like, I'm not even gonna try to get 2 feet into the paint because what's the fucking point of trying to get 2 feet in the paint and spray it and then we're not gonna make these guys rotate?
Niggas like, I'm not even gonna look at the rim like Chris Webber. Like, it was. I want to let you know, Wemby, I am no threat. Like,
it was insane. So you have that part of what was happening to OKC in Game 1. And then you have what he did offensively, which is he has Alex Caruso on him. He ends up with Jalen Williams on him. Jalen Williams, even though he's a bigger body or whatever, is doing worse than Caruso is. And Caruso actually is not doing bad. And then overtime happened. Then the fourth quarter happened, and it's like, they're done bullshitting. It was like, do you remember the 2017 Warriors where it's like, how come they're not running any stuff in Durant pick and rolls, and then they
yes.
and then they saved it to the finals, and then it was over, right?
Yes.
They were like, we're not going to even try to post up or put Wembanyama in the dunker spot on the baseline and try to duck in for post until he got to the fourth quarter and then overtime. And then he started doing it. It was like, oh, never mind. And one on Chet's head. And one to send in the game. Like, it was.
So we gonna run a bunch of fake shit up top. Actually, it's just Wemby coming to get the ball, nigga. Like,
it was a lot of restraint for that to be able to hold off on that, and it got them game one. And then he only took 3 threes in game one. And then the one he hit was 30 fucking feet out, and he knocked it down. And like they're in overtime.
It wasn't a doubt in my mind that he was gonna make that one. I was like, oh, that's going in.
The part that's crazy is about this. I don't know if people have talked about this. In overtime, he was gassed. You looked at him, you saw he was tired. And this is a guy that's been on many restrictions since the day he stepped into the NBA. And what the question was, even baked into the reason why he ended up, I feel he should have finished second at worst in MVP voting this year. He ended up finished third.
We forgot that whole plot.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. But we just bring that up right after we get done with this.
Yep.
The thing about this is, we have yet to see. It's unknowable. He don't play long minutes because of words about what his body can hold up, because he's guys that have his frame and these weird dimensions like that. They never last in the NBA, and they're taking really crazy precaution with him / stealth tanking. Yeah. So he's now out there, and his normal minutes he normally plays, even in these playoff games, he's been playing like 36 minutes. He's playing, like, I saw from he only sat down 2 minutes first quarter. I'm like, oh, he's going to play 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then he plays 40 minutes in regulation, and then he comes out here and racks up the other 45 or whatever else, and the next 5 in overtime. I'm like, he's not taking many shots in the first overtime because he's clearly, you see him bent over and he's breathing heavy. Like, he's exhausted from having to do what he has to do defensively and offensively and rebounding-wise. Okay. But everyone else is getting shots off, and they're decent shots that are keeping him in the game. And then all of a sudden, the second overtime comes, and this when he starts ducking in and doing all stuff to Caruso and bamming people. I'm like, oh. But before we get to that part, it looks like he's out of gas, and then he comes up, on that trail position and gets that 3-pointer 30 feet. I'm thinking to myself, when he shoots, I'm like, oh, because they're down 3. It's 108 to 105. They have 105. It's 20-some seconds left. It's not even a 2-for-1 situation. This is the last shot they're going to get, right? Uh-huh. He knocks it down. I'm thinking, like, how the fuck did he make that? He looks exhausted, so they can't run offensive possessions for him. And then he steps into this, and I was like, he knocks down, I'm like, you know what, whatever. He just made one of the craziest shots I've ever seen in my life. And then he goes out for the next, and then, they come out for the next overtime, the second overtime, and then he proceeds to dominate them in the game. And then you mentioned the 2 dunks or whatever else. The dunk to steal the game, and then the last play with he blocks Jalen Williams' shot, and they're over on this. And obviously, when he blocks the shot, he advances the ball, and now it's free throw time. And when he passed the ball off, he looks into the crowd to look at the faces of the people he just devastated in OKC crowd.
The people's faces. Oh my god!
It was like the LeBron block or the Kyrie shot. It's like they cannot believe that this team lost this game, and bro, I would too, because I thought I couldn't believe they won this game either.
That crowd looked like they were cuckolds and they were watching sex being performed on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they could do nothing about it.
So. Then they move over to talk about the MVP. Sorry about that. I'll get my point after this.
This game is partly inspired because they decided to hand Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the MVP trophy, and Victor Wembanyama sitting on the bench, and niggas have clipped this shit up in a way and put the saxophones behind it.
And you see him grinding his teeth, and you see his jaw moving. It's like he's pissed.
Yeah. So, like, this man, Elijah Robinson's this man.
Yeah.
Like, and
he literally did 40-20 or 40-16, more than that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a 41-24 game.
It's like, y'all gave it to the wrong nigga. And then the way I saw Shai playing, I was like, this nigga's a fake all-time great, bro. Like, I don't, like, no, bro. Like, it's this fucking team. Like, that's what it is. When it comes to it, and they say, hey, man, we're not going to allow that bullshit that you're trying to do. You're going to have to shake these niggas one-on-one. Like, or fight through a double team. I feel like I see this guy freeze up time after time.
He is prone to stinkers in a way. Or not prone to stinkers. He does have stinkers in the series. Like for a person that is
getting saved by Alex Caruso out here.
This is a byproduct of like, hey, if your person's going to take 1 million mid-range jumpers and that's your diet of shots, when it gets to the postseason or whatever else,
you can't have those.
Yeah, like those are the gimmies they give you in the regular season because, you know, people are trying to shut off either 3-pointers or right at the rim, and you know that, so you're getting it. Like that's the Chris Paul corollary, that's the LaMarcus Aldridge corollary, right? Kobe, Dirk, so forth and so on, right? But when it's a postseason, like you get less room for that because they're scouting. They know you're never going to get to the rim. Especially they got Wembanyama back there. You're never going to try to lay it up back there. So they know you're trying to get to 12 feet. They know you're trying to get to 17 feet. And he, you know, they did a great job on making him look really human. And like, luckily for him, at the end, the first half, I was like, this is not acceptable. The second half, he made some big buckets for him to get it to overtime. So whatever, but game 2, he realized. Well, they did more things to help him. Like they were just rolling the ball and let him just try to attack from the top of the key. And it's like, how many times have we seen great wing players in this sport get to the playoffs and we gonna give it this ball, we gonna let them bring the ball up and just let them get to wherever they want to. It don't work like that. You got to have motion to have them come work off the ball, or you have to get them to start catching the ball below the 3-point line. That's always how it's worked. And in game 2, he started catching the ball below the 3-point line, and then he was really, really good. And it's like, hey, why didn't you think of this in game 1 when you could have held home court advantage, dumbasses? Whatever, but.
I'm rooting for the Spurs.
So back to Wemby. So he blocks that shot. He passes it and advances the ball. Game's over. Time free throws. And like I mentioned, looking at the crowd, like he just devastated this crowd. And then you see the shot of, or NBC's team catches a close up of his whole entire bench marveling at this fucking guy. And the only thing I can think of is like, it's like. Back to comic book, sorry, Rich. Because he puts his hands on his hips. He does a fucking superhero pose. And it's literally like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, he just lifted up the car over his head to save the citizens, and there's a crowd of onlookers and all marveling at this fucking guy. That's a cover of Superman, of him lifting the car up. And then there's a crowd of people around him and marveling. But instead of him lifting up a car, he blocks his shot, passes it off, and then he puts his hand on him like he's fucking Superman for real. And they're like, Lennox pointing him like, you are a man amongst boys. In the fucking NBA Western Conference Finals against the defending champions, you are a man amongst boys. Like they were just in awe of him, and I was too. And I was like, this is De'Aaron Fox. This is Bismack Biyombo. This is Kelly Olynyk. This is Harrison Barnes on this shot. These are people that have played with Steph Curry. These are people that have played against LeBron James. Same thing with Kevin Durant. And they played for years, and they're vets in this league. And Fox has made an all-star team before. And they cannot believe what the fuck they saw for 58 minutes.
They're looking like... It's like that AEW team with that one kid that the rest of the kids are just like, I can't believe I get to play with this dude.
Yeah. It's
Ethan Saber Jr. 499 Super Chat. Appreciate it. He said Rich shaved because MJF isn't. That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, can you put up that shot that I've sent you a few times at MJF?
I sure can.
Yeah. I was gonna save that just in case, but I think it's a little one way. If it go the other way, that's being used immediately.
Let's see.
Can we get it on the screen?
We sure can.
I almost call you Mr. DJ, but that don't make no sense. Because here's the thing, MJF has, Darby Allin has made a case for him to keep this belt. This title run has been so damn good. You can justify this. I'm sorry. Like MJF was having a great title reign, and then and then Darby Allin said, "Hey, how about I speed run one better somehow?" So, just be careful. Just be careful, Max. Just be careful. They might walk into that room and you think it's going one way, and then they go the other, and you be like, "What the fuck happened?" You're like, "I didn't agree to this. I need," you might give yourself a nice payday, but you ain't gonna like what you see.
You get there Saturday night and they're like, we changing it up.
Could you imagine? Like, this ain't no regular match. Like, I got my hairline. Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious.
You love the business, don't you?
Not this much.
Should we just jump into that now? Fuck.
Yeah, let's jump into that.
Oh, MJF. So Double or Nothing. MJF versus Darby.
Real quick before we jump in.
Yeah.
All right. OKC because Dan wanted to talk about Game 2. OKC got away with a lot of bullshit, and it's mostly Harkenstein. But the thing about it's frustrating about the Thunder is, like, on any game it can be any of them. Because normally the normal perpetrators of it is Casey Wallace and Dort, especially Dort and Caruso. Because Dort be out here tripping people and falling into people's joints and shit and falling on people all the time. But you got Harkenstein out here doing the clamp shit and hooking Wembanyama. And that's one of the things that's going on with Game 1 and Game 2 is the amount of one-handed rebounds Wembanyama comes down with is crazy because they're they're grabbing his arm and they're not calling fouls on this shit.
I don't like the Oklahoma City Thunder. I just don't.
Yeah. I have no problem with them playing physical like that. The part that's bothersome for me is if they're going to play like that on defense, cool. Don't be calling this bullshit when Shea be out here flopping.
They asking us to talk about the Knicks.
They're going to make the finals and they're going to get crushed by whoever they play.
Yeah,
they're going to lose in 4 or 5.
Whoever comes out the West, beating that ass, and I hope it's the Spurs because the Wemby documentary Chapter 1 needs to end in Madison Square Garden.
Like So the one thing that I'm thinking about, right, is it's making me think of like those LSU Alabama SEC title games.
This is funny. Hold on. They say stop hating on SGA. Luka shoots more free throws than SGA. I don't ride for Luka. Like, I don't care. Like,
okay.
Look, SGA is like, he's basically being offensive to the sport.
Okay, so he's people
falling down over and over. My fault.
There are degrees to flopping, right? Now Shea is not the worst offender of this. The worst offender of a star player is clearly James Harden. James Harden flops in a way where it's like, if you don't give me these calls, I can't do anything offensively when it matters the most in the postseason. Like, if you don't give me this right away to where if you put a hand here, I can get a foul call and get to the line or whatever else. I can't get to the bonus, then I'm just completely useless. Obviously, Shea's not that person. But Shea is definitely this person that is falling left and right and head jerking, all that kind of stuff. I would put him but the problem that's annoying of it is when you talk about flopping or foul calls, where he's getting these foul calls from, that's the part that's really annoying. Like, he gets officiated like he is Trae Young or Jalen Brunson while being a 6'6" shooting guard combo guard that has the ball. Kobe Bryant would never get these calls. Tracy McGrady would never get these calls. Dwayne Wade would never get these calls. You get that's the difference. Like,
also, all three of them niggas were rim threats. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is not.
That's what I mean. He's not a rim threat. He doesn't play above the rim. He's a jump shooter. He's a jump shooter, mid-range guy. He's literally going to the paint just so he can get you to go act as if he's going towards the rim for a layup while he can stop on a dime, hit you with a forearm shiver, and then get space and then fade away and then fall. And gets calls off that. That's fucking annoying to watch, especially when you watch.
Now, how do you watch that and feel inspired?
Caruso with the kung fu grip.
It's like, how do you watch that and feel inspired? How do you watch that and feel like you seeing athletic excellence? Like, it just feels like exploitation more than anything.
Yeah, it's the James Harden stuff. He is a Kobe Bryant guy that also watched James Harden Chris Paul do all this shit, and he's using it to his benefit, and he's exploiting the rules. And the thing is, he's just better than James Harden.
Sick world. Speaking of Jim Harden, he turned back into over this absolute choke job that the Cavs did. And I was bro, I was watching that shit and I was like, oh, they up 20. I was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna just keep watching. And then the entire run happened. I was like, this is unbelievable.
They were up 28 in the third quarter, I believe. And I saw them choke down this lead. And the one thing about it is, two things. Hey, Chucky Atkinson, maybe use more than one timeout during this colossal mega run. And two, hey, they are trapping James Harden. And when Donovan Mitchell has the ball, they don't even need to trap him because he's not a sophisticated creator and facilitator. So the only person trapping is James Harden. So your offense is going to hell because you have both of them on the floor, and then you took Max Strus off and chose either Merrill or Dean. I can't remember, one of those white guys, right?
I think Merrill was out there a lot.
So Strus was Strus throughout this whole entire playoff. Look, they get eliminated they don't come back in that Pistons series, not from Max Strus, right? Strus should have been in. Once it got to that point, and you're seeing what was happening, it's like, hey man, put Strus in the game. He's not scared. He's like the only Miami Heat guy that still has that magic Satanist pixie dust still on him.
And word to God, 96. Do you remember Dennis Rodman? He said the Europeans started all this flopping, but nobody cries about it.
You can go further than that. Bill Laimbeer was a flopper. Yeah. That's the 80s.
Yeah.
They were always flop. Look, there are people that will call Kareem Abdul-Jabbar a flopper.
You know, I could actually see that.
Because he was skinny, and then he would get into these fights where he was still on people, right? But either way, flop. There's always been some version of flopping in the game and gamesmanship to try to trick refs.
Selling the calls.
The problem is it's gotten worse and worse and worse as time has gone on, and now we're at a point now where we have star players that play that are. They're being babied as if they weigh 170 pounds. Meanwhile, I seen 170 pound Steph Curry get fucking mauled off ball his whole entire prime and not get these kinds of calls.
Look, and not flop like that.
And not the 6'6" guy and that's another part that's frustrating, right? With Shay's game.
A strong gust of wind.
Do you see that block he had
knocking these niggas over?
Do you see that block he had on Dylan Harper?
Was that game 2?
That was last night. Yeah.
I wasn't paying as close attention.
That nigga got the rim blocked the shit, and I was like, if you can do that, why the fuck?
I saw that dunk though.
Why the fuck is your game so below the rim? When you watch him, I don't think he's a good athlete, and then he does shit like I'm like, well, what the fuck then? What is this?
Man, trying to conserve?
I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what he can serve for. It's not they're asking him to pick up heavy defensive assignments. Do you see these series what they're doing? There's defensive subbing him.
Yeah, at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah. I was like, are they just trying to not get a foul called on him or something?
He is this thing. He's a good defender, but it's fucking OKC. They got Cason Wallace and Isaiah Joe and Dort and Caruso. He's their fifth best perimeter defender.
It makes sense, but it's
it makes sense, but
just
it's
interesting.
What the fuck is this? This is an embarrassment of defensive riches.
It's like even Steph Curry ain't really get subbed out like this.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know, whatever. But it's one of the things to notice. Like, hey man, you talk about MVP, and you got that MVP, and it's like they subbing this nigga out for defense, and there's no need to. It's not he's an incompetent defender, but they're so like, yeah, no.
We got better options.
It's like, all right,
plural.
How valuable is this actually? And I think he should have won by the standard of what we voted this shit. But it's like, hey man, if Wembanyama plays defense like this, and I started watching the Spurs late in the year. And I was like, hey, man, he's not going to win MVP, but he's the best player in the league. And then that last night, or the other night, he's the best player in the league. MVP be damned, he's the best player in the league, Victor Wembanyama. Not SGA, not Jokic, not Giannis, not Luka, not anybody else you want to name.
Yeah, Vlade Divac was a major flopper. You know who else was a major flopper? All them fucking kings, nigga. Like Scott Pollard used to come in the game and flop. Lawrence Thunderbird used to come in the game and flop. Chris Webber used to flop.
Okay, so
Mike Bibby used to flop.
My question is this: is Scott Pollard a flopper, or was he just guarding Shaq? Because that's different. That's different. Like Tom McCullough wasn't no flopper; he was just getting flopped by Shaq. Chris Dudley ain't no flopper; he's getting flopped by Shaq.
Let's see. As an Oklahoman, not a Thunder fan, I can tell you the only thing more annoying than Shea's gamesmanship are the fans who praise him as the savior of the city. They treat him like a god and still hold anger for KD and Russ. What would the reason to be mad at Russell Westbrook for?
Well, the Russ thing is like KD left.
That nigga stayed.
Okay, in a situation where there was no Kevin Durant, the way he left, you could be mad. But like after he gives you extra years after KD leaves, you can't be mad at him.
Yeah.
Like from the PR standpoint of thinking about it, look, if you want to hold grudge, that's on you.
That's weird though, because Russ still gets cheered to this day.
Yes, he does.
In that building.
Yes, he does.
So
especially when he helped them
Durant
win
does
that
not.
series. Especially when he helped them win that series against the Nuggets last year.
Stupid.
That man lost game 7, slugged that bitch up, went out there and hung out with Sam Presti, took pictures backstage. Nigga, I see you. You nasty. You nasty. You stole from Nikola Jokic. you stole from Aaron Gordon out there on that one fucking leg playing soldiering through it. You stole from that man. That man was out here going in the press conferences on behalf of your name. And what did you do? You went out there and laid an egg. Nasty.
Yeah, I put no respect on the Sacramento Kings and Warstar win. What was the rest on some BS in Game 7?
Oh, I mean, Game 6 is absolutely that's one of the worst ones, whatever else. But like I said, like Rich said, they had Game 7 at home and they went out and blew in overtime.
Look, them niggas got on their own home floor. We was like, we will not lose to the Lakers, and we will not lose to them at home in Game 7. Game 7 is our building. And then all of a sudden, you know, the saxophones, Paige Stoyakovich started hitting the wind with the basketball. Like,
did Bibby get hurt in the overtime?
No.
Okay.
Vlade Divac fouled out.
That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. So
hey man, I simply wouldn't hit the air with the basketball if I wanted to win.
Talking about Peja?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a great one.
Look, I mean, they
poisoned Kobe in Sacramento. Yes, were they on some BS when Shaq went 35 and 13?
Yeah. Or him and Kobe were both scoring like 38 apiece in some of these games.
I think Kobe averaged 30 that series. So
yeah, they were going nuts.
We'll just Kings. They got whooped in 00, 01, 02. Go to hell.
Yeah. They had their shots.
What else?
They had their shots.
What else? I think that's cool to leave it if you want to jump to double
MVP.
or nothing.
Or sorry, not MVP, but back to MJF because we have gone back and forth. But MJF, man. I saw some talk about this program is doing something because of how many tickets they sold, and I'm like, I'm curious what you think about that because. Like, I think the venue sold this more than the match because, like, the tickets were feeling like they were sold before the match was even set.
Yeah, venue, location, and also the advance on this was way before even MJF lost the belt.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that it didn't run anything off the course, like, tickets didn't slow down or anything, but I didn't know if they necessarily picked up either, but I wasn't like following it that close. But it is an achievement, if it's going to be their second largest gate and they're going to sell like over 13,000 tickets and all that. That's incredible. We'll see what the pay-per-view numbers do. And as far as like Darby versus MJF, as far as this feud, this thing has kind of been set up in a way to where they did the title loss on the first week in the fake job.
Yep.
Which MJF has repeatedly referenced in his promos that it wasn't right, it wasn't fair, and low
blow.
He has a point. Then Darby decides to rip off perhaps the greatest world title reign like that has been seen primarily on television ever, right? Mm-hmm. Like no pay-per-view matches, anything like that. and he's just killing himself every week to have these great matches. Some of them, like, I think I'll always remember the Ciampa match, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, not every match is like that he's had, but it's like he's done his thing. He's done about as good with it, I think, as, you know, one could ask in this time. I think he's earned himself like another look in the future. Like if it's like, you know what, we got to put you back in the rotation. Like, this isn't like some Make-A-Wish title that they gave him. And it was like, I think, you know, that's funny because we used the whole thing, like, it almost felt like a Make-A-Wish thing when he won it.
It
right?
was, because on the build, that's what it felt like. But on the back end, he's fucking earned it.
Yep. So, like, everything came from him fighting through every week and having all these great matches, right? So, in my mind, you've got to keep him in the rotation in the future where he's always a threat to win that bitch now. And
the next time shouldn't be no sneak shit. It should be, hey, he can go out here and win this bitch because look who he's put away and look what quality match he's had. Like, this dude is the main eventer. He's just small.
Right. You can put a tentpole event around him pursuing, which is how typically, you know, babyfaces end up selling tickets. But throughout all this, MJF's in the background of this, and they start with the thing of MJF wanting this match. He's slowly bringing up his grievances throughout the build, and he finally ends up landing it. They had Darby basically talk about MJF is so vain, and they basically like had the whole thing last night to be like, well, why do you want this? They felt like they were trying to like tighten up like a criticism of the whole thing. And I don't know, for me, like, MJF had some interview where he said blame Vince McMahon for why hair matches are taken as a joke. He said they don't. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. He said it's not like that in Mexico. He said it wasn't like that in Memphis. It wasn't like that in Japan. I was like, it was just like this in AEW 3 months ago. Like, so, like, what are we saying? Like, we forget this, Max? Like, let's keep it honest.
How many hair matches has Vince McMahon ever had?
He had the one hair versus hair match with Lashley and Umaga, I think, and then they shaved him at the WrestleMania. They shaved Molly Holly's head at WrestleMania. They did Kurt Angle
they had with Serena Deeb. That's another one. That wasn't even a match. It was, they shaved her head just to make her an acolyte or a zealot for
Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett back in the day. I believe it was. Yeah. No, it was Kurt Angle and Edge. Sorry, it was Owen. It was X-Pac and Jeff Jarrett.
Didn't they have hair versus hair with Beefcake?
You know. Can't recall on that one.
Well, either way, I remember him shaving somebody's head back in the day, right? So, so you got those. So we're talking about like a handful of matches that we can think of in the history of WWE or in the last like 30 years, right? What about these hair matches that were in the territories?
Honestly, there's not a ton that I can like really think of. Honestly, like Ric Flair never did no hair match like that.
Yeah, but I'm like. Most of a lot of the hair match shit was like people like managers. Like from what I can remember, like, oh, manager X. I like using this line because I like give a shout out because he was running a shitty fashion. But like Paul Jones out here covering one of his guys, like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Piper and Adonis. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Appreciate you.
So it's like that's not. Those weren't played as if like the end all be all main event of a show necessarily. It wasn't played like that. It wasn't the most serious thing and the most important thing going on in that promotion at the time when it was happening. So I wouldn't put this all on Vince McMahon.
Yeah. I don't think I put that at Vince's. I think it's just
there's tons of
the
things
few times that we've seen
this man, not this one.
Like you can't do that when 3 months ago Wheeler Yuta was doing this. Like when they did it to Wheeler Yuta when Tony Storm cut that man's hair and then literally bald is a gag in the promotion. Like
and then they showed in the video package. There's been like 3 or 4 of these in AEW. Okay,
really?
Yeah, they showed in the video package at the end of Collision. There was like showing like Yuta. And then there were like two or three other people that also got their hair cut in matches, whatever else. So it's like, nah, man, that ain't what it is. It's just It's just.
I think that they've,
and also it's a heel.
It's like, so what else are we gonna do? We gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
If you
and that's gonna be the end of it.
Bald. Really. Yeah. Yeah. You
Ortiz was the one.
Ortiz. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's like I'm much more interested in the title match just being the title match than MJF's hair being on the line. Personally, like it doesn't really matter to me. I think it's gonna be a great match. Like they're like. We see the kind of role that Darby's on right now. Mm-hmm. MJF sometimes with his finishes it can get wonky. That's the only thing you really kind of safeguard against.
Main event, and he's. I'm afraid he's going to go over long.
I got a feeling go too long. They're going to try to go 40 minutes and shit, and it doesn't. It
don't need to go there. 30 minutes tops.
Yeah. And like these two have kind of have like now that I think about it, like back from 2021, they're obviously 4 pillars. They're in that. They've got this feud. Like this is like look at this main event, the business that it did. This is an AEW feud, and like this is like where I think people will have trouble or try to throw rocks at the show in any way that they can to try to say it's some kind of failure because there's not a familiar name on top. There's not 2 bigger guys on the top. This is a very small shit. Yeah. These are 2 small-ish guys or whatever. Yeah, so that's true. This should be looked at kind of as an achievement. I'm interested to see how they do the match. I would love them to have a clean wrestling match and as clean as it quote unquote can get with MJF.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I'm excited for it. Like I think it should be pretty good.
It should be a great match because when they have real matches, they're great. So there's that. I'm just concerned that they might take it too long and like a match that would be better at 30 ends up dragging to 40. That's my concern.
There is that.
Now,
there is that.
But you look at this card though. This card got some
probably pull that up, huh?
Some awesome shit on it. Now the builds obviously questionable, but AEW always gonna come out here with, or even when they have questionable bills, they'll give you cards. You're like, oh yeah, that's gonna deliver. And when all these deliver, you're looking at a damn near match of the year or show of the year contender. And this card has the horses to get them to that. Well, maybe not because of Revolution, but you get my point. Like a contender anyway. Because this shit has Swerve Bandito. This shit has a Stadium Stampede on it. This shit has a Moxley and O'Reilly thing on it. And there's what other matches on here that's also killer?
Okada and Takeshita.
There you go. And this might be the real match, finally. And if it's not...
Bro, they have retconned that first one out of existence, James. I don't know if
they're pretending that C2 shit never happened.
Yeah, that's like...
They pretend like it never happened and then show video packages of Okada in that match hitting him with a screwdriver at the same time. It's cognitive dissonance.
Actually, I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I got MJF winning. He's not losing his hair.
Same.
Win the belt back. This kind of designed inside of MJF's title run was the Darby one, and I think Darby did a great job with it. Like it was, imagine like a shit, like it was booked in a way like Darby is bringing this belt back to MJF essentially after he gave it to him hot, and it was designed to give it back to MJF hot as well.
It's very nasty how this works, right?
Yes.
MJF spent all last year not showing up to work, not wrestling. I think he had like 10, 11, 12 matches in AEW all last year. Comes out this year and starts wrestling matches on a consistent basis. And then he loses his belt, and what's he do? Not wrestle matches again. And then now he's about to come back and take the belt back. It's like they gave him a fucking break with the title. He can come back and get it right back while being on TV the whole time. So he can do his fucking TV segments and talking instead of wrestling matches.
Wild how that happens.
Yeah.
So let's
and then he gets a third title reign in before whatever age, so you can talk about it as another reason why he's awesome. That's fine. That's cool. But it's like, hey man, can we get these guys that are the main eventers of AEW? Can we get them to show up to work every other week, once every 3 weeks, please? I'm like, if you got shit going on with your life, you got injuries, I get that. But goddamn.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Like, you know how we've always talked about like wrestlers, there's no off season. Like, it feels like they're cycling these niggas on and off on purpose in a way.
So
and Rich is never mind. We'll move on. Rich made a face if he knows shit, so we'll move on.
I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I've been sworn to secrecy on a few things. So
pause. Your chair. The seat that got too hot and got out of here.
All right. Like, you know what? Like,
oh shit.
But yeah. Got a question for as I said, MJF's winning. Darby, or excuse me, question for Anwar. He said, Rich, why didn't Jericho go back to WWE? So we should roll that into the Stadium Stampede match. So I saw someone point out on Twitter that it seems like Jericho's new gimmick is just what it would have been had he gone back to WWE. And I don't know if y'all noticed this, but Jericho's like over with the crowds again, and like he's having fun, and it's like the Stadium Stampede match here is like absolutely batshit insane. Like when you lay it on paper, I personally I don't know anything like as far as like his status or anything or like what happened. The only thing I can think of is they lowballed him. That would be my assumption.
Well, I mean, regardless of whatever he was going to make in WWE, it wasn't going to be as much as like Tony Khan was going to pay him.
Correct.
So really what it came down to, I'm cold here. I need to move on. And he probably was like, he's probably watching the product and was like, nah, I'd rather just be a legacy guy over here in AEW. Yeah. And he made the right decision because, look, I mean, have you enjoyed what any of these AEW people have done in the last like year coming over to WWE? Because I haven't. Have you liked what they've done? Dog. Have you liked what the guys they brought up from NXT to the main roster? You like what they've done with any of them? Do you like that Obafemi is now back in Brock Lesnar hell?
I did a video talking about it on our ROPW this week. I was like, look, there's a real risk by the time they get to SummerSlam, they're not cheering for Obafemi anymore.
Yeah. Do you like what they're doing? Ricky Saints, he comes out there to a Corbin pop every week. Do you like that Ray Phoenix is now in the Geek lineup at the funeral for the Gingerbread Man and paying his condolences to Gingerbread Man?
Do you like when Sol Ruka like ends up getting the title match that they have to unadvertise as a title match because she ain't winning no matches? Stadium Stampede match.
Yeah.
So, Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate of Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, Kenny Omega, Jungle Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson versus Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. Fire Pro match is not even the correct term for this. This is just like hilarity. Like, I don't even know what to... Like, when Kenny Omega and Bobby Lashley are standing next to each other, like, what do we, like, what do they talk about?
That's it. I mean, weightlifting. But, like, the main thing for me... the main thing for me is, two body guys. But the main thing for me is, like, just as you mentioned my mom before you mentioned that, I was like, I have never thought about Kenny Omega teaming with Bobby Lashley for any fucking thing. Never, ever thought about that. But one thing I did think about that was funny is like, like Ricochet and the Man, after a year later, they right back in the summer fucking with her business. Her syndicate.
We had to find somebody they sell for,
Oh, man.
Yeah, because like it's funny, the Young Bucks and the Hurt Syndicate are on the same side. Like,
right.
I don't get it.
They got to be on the same side because you know, like if you put them in the ring together versus each other, you know how that people putting their foot in the sand and saying we're not going for none of this shit. It doesn't look realistic.
So when David Finlay stands next to Bobby Lashley,
it don't look realistic when two grown men kick and simultaneously kick us in the face. No, the CTE will not be ringing. Our heads will not be going like Dr. Dre going ding ding dong. Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of here.
Do you think Bobby Lashley is letting David Finlay powerbomb him in this match?
I'm sorry. What did you just ask me?
Do you think Bobby Lashley is going to allow David Finlay to bend him over and pick him up and powerbomb him backwards?
It's funny the second time hearing that shit. Hell no, bitch.
Shout out to David Finlay. He's been showing up. It looked like he's he's been working on my critiques of him. I'll say that.
Okay,
but this is an insane match.
They just throwing talented people. They just throwing 14 talented people together and seeing what works. They'd be like, "Hey, Nick, Matt, y'all come up with some shit to make this shit work. Anybody come with ideas?" And they'd be like, "Hey, Ricochet and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho gonna come up with some shit, and then we got to make sure that we just got to make sure that Hurt Syndicate doesn't double thumbs down too much shit. Then we'll get some fly shit. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
they might be able to get their first 5-star matches if they play their cards right.
Oh my god, hold on. Let's see who's all in this match. Bishop Khan and Toliona get that 5-star on them.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
Look,
that'd be interesting. Look, Jack Perry. Jack Perry's already got.
No, David Finlay's. Yeah, I mean, Jack Perry. Jack Perry does have a 5-star. It's a fraudulent ass one. And what about that? Does he have any real 5-star matches?
Let me look that up. I'm interested to know now.
Because that 3 3/4 star match that Dave Meltzer gave 5 stars to in 2019 or 20 is nonsense. I'm not going for that one.
Let's see.
That shit's a 7-something on Cage match.
Yes, he was in that. He was in that joint in February. Toliona was in that too. No, it was in February. It was Mile High Madness.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Khan was in that too, and Toliona. Okay, they already got some. They already in the club.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
It's always funny to see hey, who got a 5-star match? And you like not Kurt Angle, but Lars Sullivan does. You're like what? What are you trying to say? Nothing. I'm just saying this shit don't make sense.
Funny.
Shit funny.
So we got singles match for the Continental Belt, Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly. This match will have no time limit, similar to how he got to the Takeshita match, did a draw on TV, and then they will have a no time limit match.
Very formulaic.
The Moxley formula is it. I'll say this: it has been exposed. I think this is him getting the win back on Kyle O'Reilly that he gave back.
He gave him 2. Remember, he gave him 2. He gave him 2 and a draw.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I get why they did it. The problem is you just did it with earlier in the year with Takeshita. You did the time limit, and then you say you're going to do no time limit. And 2, I just felt like I think they did that just because Kyle O'Reilly and Moxley haven't done anything for weeks, and then all of a sudden, a week ago, they were like, "Oh yeah,
shit,
yeah."
I actually got to build up my match for the pay-per-view. I've been fucking with the world titles. I've been fucking with Will Ospreay the whole time.
And I think he looked up. I think he looked up, and his decision was, "Well, let's do a time limit draw." And it's like that's cool. And if I was watching New Japan or Stardom, I have no problem with this because I saw Shuri do this a million times. But the problem is, Shuri's better at time limit draws than you. A lot better.
I don't know, man. I'm seeing a lot of people getting vocal on Mox right now, and it's like,
it was very lazy. It was very lazy to do that, and it was formulaic because you already done it earlier this year, or not even earlier this year. You just did it 2 pay-per-views ago.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and match finna go off, and then we gonna be like, oh, okay. And now we're at this part where like John Moxley, as far as him and his programs, not Will Ospreay right now. I'm talking about him in next pay-per-view. There's something he's leaving a lot to be desired.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I think in this company there's two labels, right? It's either the MJF label, the World Title Division, or it's Moxley in the Continental Division. And I think the World Title Division has kicked the shit out of the John Moxley division the first 5 months of the year. And I would have probably never said that on January 1st.
I would say so as far as TV, but if you go to pay-per-view, I think it's a lot closer than you, because Moxley's doing his best stuff on pay-per-view. He's not doing his best stuff on TV.
Yeah.
And MJF decided to get off his ass to actually do some shit on TV and then say, hey, I need a rest. Hey, come take this off me for like 6 weeks, Darby.
Yeah. So what else we got? We got first round of the Owens Women Cup. We got Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. Willow Nightingale had to vacate the TBS belt because she got hurt with the shoulder.
Yeah.
That stinks. They gave her 10 title defenses that
Can you remember a single one of them?
almost didn't stick at all. And it was like she had to give up the belt in the back. I was like, y'all couldn't bring her out to the ring. Like, y'all couldn't let her talk to the crowd. I thought that was a missed opportunity. I don't think we would have had to worry about her crying through the whole thing. So
here's my question, right? For the people that were upset about what happened to Chris Statlander being whatever her character was, but being given time on pay-per-view to go out there and have great matches. You got to tell me, Rich, has there been similar stuff like that online for talking about, hey, Willow just got a whole 5 months of nothing with her title?
I think I saw more things of people were just feeling bad. I didn't feel like they got into the whole thing with we have dropped the ball with her or anything like that. I don't think they got to that.
Rich, who has more star potential between Statlander and Willow Nightingale?
I don't know.
Star power? Sell tickets, butts and seats, memorable stuff?
I guess I just look at it from the fact of I feel like they would have already fucking did it. With Willow, I don't know.
No. I'm just asking you. I'm just saying. Make a comparison between.
If it was me and I was like, okay, I can push the button on somebody and I expect something to work, right? Knowing their both their limitations and strengths and stuff like that, I would probably go with Willow because I know I have somebody that I could cast as a generational babyface, right?
Okay.
And with Statlander, what I would have is somebody that can be a great wrestler in either role.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if they just didn't have a counterpart for Willow to be on the other side of. I actually, all throughout her title reign, I was like, hey, this comeback killer thing is lame. That's what I was seeing. And for her to now have to miss this because it's all right, maybe she could have won the Owen. Never know. That kind of stinks for her.
So, I don't even know who's in Women's Owen right now because I know that she was going to face.
It's actually pretty good.
She was going only thing I remember was the side that she was, or that her match versus Windsor. So. Yep. But I can't remember because it was on the other bracket. It's Athena versus Mina, right?
Yes.
And then I think there's a Jamie versus one of Tekla's geeks, right?
Nope, it's Sari versus Sky Blue.
That's what. Yeah.
And then
so
Persephone and Hazuki.
Okay. Who versus Hazuki?
It's on the screen. Hold up. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. So we got Persephone and Hazuki.
Versus Hazuki. Okay, so
the new wild card will face Windsor.
All right, so It's either gonna be Persephone or Windsor on that side of the bracket, correct?
Unless look,
the wild card is Mercedes.
I'll just say it right now. I don't think the wild card is Mercedes.
I don't think it is either. Because if she was gonna be the wild card, she would have just been in the fucking thing. So
yep.
So there's that. Also, there's I'm not gonna get into that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't know who's winning this fucking thing. It don't there's not a great. I mean, there's a option that's a really good, but it's like that person's ROH through and through.
Yeah. Unless you just want to make a damn star in Persephone, which I don't think they're gonna do because they slow roll everything, especially in this women's side.
Yep.
It feels like whoever the wild card is, they're winning. In my eyes,
yeah. But who the fuck is gonna be? And I tell you right now, if it is Chris Statlander, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Like Sheeta's not in this thing, Statlander's not in this. Oh, they're in the title match. So
oh yeah,
not,
that's right. She's in the 4-way, so it can't be Sheeta either. Or who's the fourth person?
Let me take a look.
It's not Harley Cameron.
Jamie Hayter.
That's right. So
it's not, and it like unless what if it's oh no, they got a match that night too. Megan Bain.
They gonna call it Big Tooth?
Big who?
Big Tooth.
It could be her.
Might break the glass case for Mercy.
It could be Britt Baker.
It could be Big Tooth. I would not. I'd hate it, but I'd understand it.
The Good Doctor. Yeah. It seems like I didn't even think of that, and now you've kind of sold me that it's going to be her.
Who else could it be?
It's not Tony.
It can't. The wild card's Harley Cameron. What the fuck?
People will boo.
They wouldn't boo, but they wouldn't be happy. They'd be like, "Oh, okay, happy to see you," but like, nah, you should probably get slaughtered by Windsor.
Is there anybody that would be a free agent that was fired recently that it could be?
Who did they fire?
Like Kyrie or something, or
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just talking shit here.
The roof will blow off if it was Kyrie. But
yeah, I don't know. Men's Owen Hart Cup final. We got Swerve Strickland versus Bandito. That match is gonna go crazy.
Yep.
I didn't love the segment that they did. Like I wanted. So Swerve has not been on TV and
in front of a live crowd.
In front of a live crowd for X amount of time. I would have liked him to be able to say a few words, but you got to do the attack because they had Swerve attack Bandito on ROH, which they didn't really frame well on Dynamite. They may have done it on Collision, but I missed that. I'm not really worried about anything. I think the match, when they get in front of New York City, this is going to be incredible.
Yes,
like, these guys have not worked together in a few years. At least one of the parties in this match is very excited to work this match with the other one. That I think we're going to be in the store for some greatness. Personally,
you put up Devlin. Doesn't Britt have 2 Wembley stinkers? Yes. That's yeah. But Desperate Time, Desperate Measures, Still a Star. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
They'll come up with ways.
Do you know what it's going to sound like if they hit her fucking music? It's not going to be at the show though. Like if it was at Double or Nothing or something, it would go crazy. TV, I'm less certain about, but yeah, Swerve and Bandito is going to be fucking awesome.
Yes.
Owen Hart,
but it's very similar to it's very similar to the Moxley and O'Reilly thing. It's like there's very little. They gave you very little to build this match. And
it's
you
very.
Knew this pay-per-view was going to be here when you announced it months ago. What the fuck?
It was like they didn't get time dedicated to them. They got a cool vignette, and then
attacks.
Some pre-take promos and attacks.
Yeah.
So kind of tough. They gave us something. For me, it's a tournament match, so I don't necessarily need additional. Like, it's nice they gave us that. I consider that a bonus because I consider the tournament a story in itself. But
right, but when you know what the bracket looks like, and you know the Bro Dude relationship is like, you could do more because you know where this is headed.
Yeah,
or you have a pretty good idea where this is headed.
Got Samoa Joe and Will Ospreay. That should be interesting. I want to see if
I like this promo on Collision.
I want to, yeah. What exactly? What I caught wind of a little bit of it. He cut one last night too, right?
Yeah. Collision, and like so, he has a match with Shibata. I thought that was really good, and then basically towards the end of the match, Bowens comes out to ringside, but like Marina comes out and stops him from like tripping Ospreay after Ospreay tripped him, and like basically you saw like Garcia and you saw also Claudio, and they're there being like, "Fuck off, get away," Bowens, and then proceeded to catch her. I'm sorry. Ospreay then proceeds to give Shibata the hidden blade and gets the win. So after that, Joe comes out to the ramp and he says, "Hey man, we could have had your back." And then Ospreay says, but I have Death Riders with me, and like they have made he's basically using this training montage session with Moxley to be like, in Death Riders to be like, I am dropping the aerial assassin. I am going back to the assassin, and this is a different version of the assassin where it wasn't just a namesake. It is, I'm becoming a complete wrestler. And then he also the move that spinning armbar that he did to your boy the other day, the other week, in Gun Club.
Ace Austin.
He's calling that Death Ground, which is a play on that line that Moxie used with him about like, hey man, you are in a state where like you can't, you're back against the wall. You have to hold your ground here, or you die. So, like that was line of, and like the crowd got up for it, and I was like, he's actually doing well with this. Now, when does a drama come in as far as like the strength, the uneasy alliances of this is like, when is John Moxley gonna ask for what he gets out of this? Because it ain't just gonna be out of goodness of his heart that he's training you.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But I expect Joe and Moxley actually Joe and Ospreay actually be really good. Not great because we're at that stage in Joe's career. We're great in the thing really, but I expect it to be really good.
Let's see. Great Devlin, $10 super chat. Appreciate you. He said, I complained to RLPW about TK booking ROH. 2 pay-per-view appearances this year for Bandito where top AEW stars have 0 interest in his world title and probably 2 L's. The tournament safeguards against that. So, yeah. Look, there is no logical reason why. All right. ROH is at the level that Tony Khan wants it to be.
Yep.
Like as far as it goes. Like
that goes for Bandito, that goes for Athena.
Yep. And look, when I saw Athena come out with that Athena Elite Wrestling thing on her gear, I was like, does this look like somebody that wants to be quarantined to ROH forever?
Right.
Ask questions.
And then like you see her in her side, her right side of the bracket, and it's like, if you bring, I think she's beating me, but it's like, if you bring Sari over here and she doesn't face Athena, I'm going to be very fucking upset with you, Tony Khan. I want to see women in America do shoot headbutts. I want to see on American soil. I want to see shoot headbutt. If it's Mina has done it before, but it's like I'm not expecting that. I expect some crazy physical ass wrestling between Sari and Athena. And why else would you bring her in here unless you're gonna do that? Don't play with me.
That man wants that shit to sound like.
I want to hear a thud. Now,
women's match.
Someone's
for
listening
the
is probably like, well, James, you probably
AEW.
should start watching Stardom again. It's like, fair enough. But, fair enough.
Tekla, Sheeta, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. Tekla retains, it feels like. Hikaru Sheeta's gimmick is fucking hilarious. I don't know if, like, everyone has kind of caught up wind of what she's doing.
What is she saying in Japanese? You told me that
shit,
she's saying evil shit in Japanese.
She's saying evil shit. I had it explained to me from someone, and it was like, yeah, man. Like, the thing is, she's a disingenuous babyface in English.
We already knew.
And that's why she's over the top. I was like, yeah, I get that part, but like, obviously, the Japanese part, I don't understand.
Right.
So what she's doing is saying a bunch of like foul heel shit. Like, she's on a borderline of like cussing in Japanese. Okay. So like, it's like, all right, like they say, like at a nail salon, like they'll fucking talk to you,
yeah.
Like,
those Koreans.
Yeah, like they'll talk to you, but then like they'll talk to each other, and then they'll be laughing and shit. But then, hold on, what? Like, and then it's like, oh, don't worry, and then it's some shit like that.
Yeah.
But her and Statlander have had this thing. Statlander's been weird. This team is.
It's like. Everyone knows that Statlander is about to get screwed over, and then Statlander is being like, person her up against the wall every chance, and being physical, being like, hey, if you fuck me over, I'm gonna hurt you. But she's like, take it easy. I'm not gonna screw you over. I'm only going to stab you the first chance I get. It's like, well, if you know you're gonna get stabbed the second you get, why don't you get the fuck away from her? Why is Chris Statlander such a dummy?
Why is she hanging out with Willow? Go back to your friend. Can't now. She's hurt.
You know what? I don't think I've ever been shut up that fast ever. Like, she hangs out with Willow. Yeah. Say two peas in the same pod. Yeah, you got it. They just two forgiving dummies.
So, I think Tekla retains.
I would like for the Sheeta Statlander thing to
explode.
I'd like to happen in this match. Like, the first chance that the Sheeta gets to win this title by screwing over Statlander needs to happen and be like, oh, now we can move on. On.
Tag team I Quit match for the World Tag Team titles. I called it last month. I think I was a month early.
Yeah.
Cage and Cope.
They're winning the titles. And not only are they winning titles, this is going to be, I think it's going to be a great match.
Moment of silence for that great AEW tag team division.
So, they're going to win the titles, and I think it's going to be a great match because the match they had, the last pay-per-view, I believe, the last match they had on pay-per-view was also really, really, really good. I think I might have given that 4 flat stars, and like now they have a stipulation to play on it. So, yeah, I think this match will be even better. And, whatever they do at Wembley with the Young Bucks, whether FTR is involved or not, it's going to be really fun.
I got a feeling that the Young Bucks are going to wrestle the New Day. And they're going to find their way away from all this nostalgia.
I mean, they did tease the thing at Revolution, though.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I'm thinking about it. But if you ask me which one I'd rather see, obviously I'd rather see that because that is
absolutely.
Yeah. That's the two generational, like two of the three biggest tag teams of the 2010s.
Can I see these guys come out?
The New Day and the Young Bucks. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I see these guys come out with jeans on both teams and knee pads over the jeans?
Sure, why not?
It will pop me.
There's also a play on because it happened in Collision. The main event of Collision was tag team title match. It was FTR versus Strong and Orange Cassidy, and at the end of it, they won by having Stokely clock. Well, I didn't mean this. There wasn't a pun intended, but like he rocked Orange Cassidy for a roll up win when he hit him with Christian's watch that Stokely stole and still has. So like that's coming into play in this match too. Like Stokely's going to take some crazy bump or whatever else, and
he getting speared through
Christian's
something.
getting his watch back.
Yeah, he'll spear him or some shit.
Yeah.
Other match: Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita. as I mentioned,
this better be the match. This better be the match when they finally have it.
Yeah.
No excuses, no nothing. I demand to have my fucking Takeshita Okada match that I've been wanting for over a year now. And it better be everything I wanted out of this match. And it better be them at their having their best performances since they were in the Dome on January 4th.
I agree. There is no excuse. It was a colossal failure what they fucking did at World's End. I thought it was bullshit, and I thought it was unbecoming, and honestly made me not interested in this match. So when the bell rings, I need them.
They got to out-wrestle the build.
They got to out-wrestle the build. They got to out-wrestle the perception. They got to out-wrestle the circumstances. They got a lot because like this one.
And then I don't think it's unfair because we know they're good enough to go out here and have an all-time match. We know they are.
Like, and Takeshita has kind of been so kind of like I saw a clip of, I think it was his 4 years ago or 5 years ago, maybe even. No, it was 4 years ago when he was over on that excursion, and there was a clip of Hangman Page and Takeshita, and I saw them doing all that shit in their match that they had on Dynamite with CM Punk on commentary of all things. Mm-hmm. And I saw how young those guys looked in comparison to like what they kind of look like now, and it's jarring. I'm like, I would have bet anything that this guy Takeshita would have maybe already won the AEW World Title, right? I don't feel like he'll ever win it right now at this point. So I'm like, something has fucking happened. Like, and I was like, bro, like this guy could have fucking been so much bigger than he actually is right now.
Well,
so this is it.
When you have to tease Ospreay and Omega and Okada and Fletcher, and then they go off TV and then come back, and then they get injured and they come back, and you don't know when you're going to do it, and then like whenever you plan to it, you get away from it, and then you have the Callis family, growing like puppies, multiplying. You get lost in the weeds with the bullshit, even though he's one of the greatest wrestlers of this generation.
I think I voted this man number 13 and greatest wrestler ever. Like, so like,
I don't even know what to say to that.
You
got it.
He won that IWGP belt. I know he won it, but look, man. I'm just gonna move on. The less said, the better. But
what that got to do with AEW?
Exactly. Like
that's cool. It's cool that he did that, and he had an all-time match in the Dome with Yuta, and that should be all-time New Japan rivalry, right? In program for the next couple years. That ain't got shit to do with AEW.
Like, it does not change his standing at all, really, in AEW. Do you think he's looked at like a former IWGP champion? Actually, there's a couple people that applied to. So,
I mean, look. Of course not. Look, do you think they treat Will Ospreay? You think they treat Jay White like he's Will Ospreay? No, the fuck they don't.
Yeah. There's a lot of former IWGP champions.
Bro, I don't know if you be seeing this, but like every blue moon, I go on my timeline and I see, when Jay White come back, he goes on his AEW World Title run, and I'm like, excuse me, you think what's happening? They debuted that man running out. On
yes,
Ricky Starks.
They debuted that man running out. Yes, in regular clothes.
That's not for you, baby. That's never happened for him.
If they told me when I got to the building, this is how we debuting you, I'd be like, oh, I'm going home. Like the fuck? Think of something else.
Bro,
I'll try next week.
He debuted more impressively being a representative of New Japan Pro Wrestling than he was as a member of as a representative of AEW.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yes.
Nah, man.
Oh, man.
Not happening for you. Yeah. It was written in the stars. You was never going to ascend to that level.
Yeah.
Can you imagine they made Jay White the AEW World Champion before they made Orange Cassidy AEW World Champion? And think of the job they done with Orange Cassidy since he came back.
You think of the meltdowns the rightful meltdowns that would happen on that.
Motherfucker, what merch does he sell? You see kids dressed like Jay White at the shows? No? Okay.
That's fun.
Also,
funny.
man, get well soon. Bro, I don't know where the fuck he's at. This man been hurt for like a year, it feels like.
Oh, Jay White, man. We need to like... We need like a seance or something or something
like
to bring him back. A prayer circle.
It felt like he'd been going longer than Adam Cole was gone.
You know, that could be true. It feel like the last time I saw him was like the Owen tournament last year. I feel like
something like that.
Yeah, tough. But I don't know. It should be a good show. I mean, you know,
that show on paper looks stacked.
Yeah.
And it's just because the TV storyline to build to it.
I gotta say,
been done well, so you just feel like undone. But we've seen this with AEW before. It's like, whatever, and then they blow you away with a crazy fucking show. And it's like, well, yeah, the car is incredible because they have more talent than God.
Right. I would be conscious though, like of what's going on with the TV right now, and then the build to Wembley and coming out of it. Like, I feel like they're
so.
Like
I don't
there
know
are
if you saw this.
Like they're hot, right? I would consider the company hot, but there are pitfalls to where it could go the other way.
Yeah. So I want to say on right before at the end of Dynamite, because on Collision, Roosh came out and he squashed the shit out of somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he said, "Hey, next Dynamite, if you're the champion, Darby, I want the open challenge match against you." And he had a like that was a backstage promo with Renee, I believe. I believe it was Renee. So it's like they're teasing, they're acting like, you know,
they're throwing red herrings left and right.
Red herrings left and right. That, you know, this shit's gonna keep going or whatever. But we'll see. Because if you're, what about MJF makes you think he wants to wrestle Roosh?
I think he'd work Roosh.
You think he wants to get him chops?
Yeah, I don't think he would be. I don't like. It's not like he's Phil.
What we know about Roosh and how he get down, it don't seem like those two are compatible when it comes down to getting a finish in the ring. But okay,
that would be interesting. But Roosh, I don't know. I feel like Roosh is usually on his best behavior in AEW.
That's true. I remember when he first coming in, you were like, I don't know if I'm gonna bring him in, and he started coming out here killing. I was like, Rich, you gotta remember, motivation is a different thing because. Yeah. You know, ROH is totally different from AEW.
Yeah.
Look, Roosh know what Tony Khan knew. Hey, man, this is Ring of Honor. This, you know.
Yeah, look.
We don't care about this. AEW was where the big boys play.
I think Roosh would job to Max. I think he would.
I can see that. I can see that.
Dex was asking. I was like, yeah, I think he would.
I can see that. I can see Roosh also taking like 95% of that match.
Yeah.
before getting rolled up hit with the ring or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no Fujiwara armbar tap out for that one. That ain't happening, brother. I can tell you that right now. Ain't even gonna be no I passed out either. You ain't finna have
no headlock takeover.
Nah, none of that.
Not on that one, huh? Interesting. So, I guess that's Double or Nothing. Anything else you got, James? Before we wrap this?
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah. I do actually something. So we gotta do the show on Monday next week.
Oh, from this,
we gotta do one on.
You know what?
Show on Monday.
You're right. I actually don't even have class that day, so it actually works out better for me because I'm not like probably rushing to get home or anything.
Okay.
We can do it whenever.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, Sunday. Look, I'm not even watching this show live.
So you gonna watch it like
Game 4 of the West Conference Finals of Thunder Spurs is on Sunday. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this shit on like Monday morning or whatever else, and then we'll, you know, because like, yeah, that's the reason why I can't do it on Thursday because, you know, it'll be Sunday and then it'll be Tuesday, and it'll be Thursday. I am not going to be doing this like. You know, be like, oh yeah, we're doing one race for 3 hours. You're gonna see just me like not even looking at the screen, looking at you, paying attention to what the fuck you saying while I'm trying to watch, you know, the balance of the fate of the league for the next 5 years. Like, absolutely not. Like,
yeah.
Look, for those that are like, James, you know, whatever. Like, just be lucky I'm still doing this show right now, because in a different time, Rich would be out here on his own doing this show. I'll be like, hey, Rich, I'll see you after the finals. I'm out of here.
But I think Caitlyn will be back tomorrow.
They didn't have a game tonight?
No, it's Friday. They put her probable, so probably I'd say 75% chance.
I saw the
play.
probable assume the game was tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
people deep conspiracy theory about it, saying she getting disciplinary action and secret suspension.
Those people are in Outworld, bro. Like, my comment sections are over flooded with all that stuff, and I'm like, where do y'all like believe this from? Like, why do you believe these things? Like,
they think like this ain't like other sports.
I'm like, bro, do you know how much of a bigger star she's such a big star, they could never do no shit like that to her.
There's no way it would not get out.
Right. It's just I just don't think they think like, it's like, all right, they saw all the people like with the uproar for it, and then assumed like, I'm like, bro, people argue with coaches all the fucking time. Like, what?
You wanna know why?
Like, there was a lot of bad faith stuff amplifying it, and then it got to like the Caitlyn fan side, and they were like, you know what? They were looking for a villain, and be like, you know what? They're punishing her for this.
But I'm saying, you know why people jump to these conclusions?
Fill me in.
It's the gender. Over and over,
and the race, and there's a racial dynamic there. Black coach,
yeah, definitely black coaching. Yeah, absolutely. That definitely is a part of it. As far as why it became a story or whatever else, right? People do not like any white woman, regardless of the actual dynamic of the relationship, like yelling back and forth, regardless if it's whatever. And it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying in the vacuum. However, in this specific relationship, this is coach and player always argue back and forth, and you're not bothered when white player argue with black coach on sideline in the NBA, or black coach argue with white coach in the NBA. You're not. But because it's black woman coach and white star player, she's bullying this black woman. Is like, could be doubted. So.
Brianne January don't exactly strike me as no pushover. Yeah, personally.
So, because like if it comes down to a lot of these coaches, like, I mean, a lot of these WNBA coaches, they're
like, she was in the league.
Players. It could be, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like it can go very Jerry Stackhouse. Like,
yeah.
You want to argue? All right, fine. We can fight. We can fight.
Welcome back, Ed Orgeron. Like,
I forgot about that. Yeah, you got no problem. We can argue, but if we argue, we can fight. Yeah. But anyway, like the thing is, like, we are so as a society, we are so bad at like giving women the space to do things outside of, like, you know, this stuff of, you gotta be polite and nice and kind and gentle and all this stuff, and like. That's why you hear niggas talk about women be aggressive, and it's like, what are they being aggressive? They stuck up for themselves. They yelled. They express themselves how a dude would or whatever else, and they talk about they being manly. Like, nah, man, that's weird. Like, anyway, back to in particular to the sports side, it's like, they don't like watch women compete. They're always worried about the women and giving each other hard fouls, even though it's like that's athleticism and competition. Like, that stuff happens, and it's fan of it. Like, they're always talking about, you know whatever basketball player, you know, they're getting hurt or whatever else. It's like, nah, man, they pro athlete. They rehab just like the men do. They lift weights just like the men do. It's always this stuff, but like they don't realize they're doing it.
Yeah, and, it's like,
yeah,
it's very interesting. Like, how I'm still trying to navigate all this stuff, especially this year.
Like there has to be somebody that's like there has to be some type of academic person in sociology that should. I'm sure there's books on this already, but like contemporary, like ever since the Angel Reese and Caitlyn thing with the finger and the Tony Ayo shit. Ever since then, there should be some type of sociologist on that like with a background in African American studies and women and feminist studies, that like have a book on this sociology, because like the way people acting around this is like, They act like they never watched sports before, and some of them they haven't.
They haven't. That's
some of
the
them
thing.
they haven't. Some of them they haven't.
Yeah.
But it's like if they watched sports before, or if they watched women's sports before, these are non-stories.
This
is
really
the heat of competition, and you're going to argue. It happens. People want to win. People get pissed off when they feel like someone's not holding up their end of the bargain, or there's some misunderstanding or miscommunication, or there's some type of, I feel like I've communicated this, I'm not doing it right, so the only way that I know how to do this is to yell. And a lot of this stuff with coaches is, they're not, coaches are teachers, right? But these quote-unquote teachers don't have any,
Degrees.
Don't have degrees in education. So what they do is, all right, I've tried the best I can, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to yell and curse and scream.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Like the Stephanie White stuff and Caitlyn is interesting and weird together as well.
I haven't seen any of that, but you mentioned this stuff to me in passing.
It's very strange. Like there's one portion of it where it's like, okay, I feel like that's legit. If the media is asking you about Caitlyn and you're always trying to redirect it elsewhere, I think that's notable. But for people to feel like she's outright trying to sabotage Caitlyn, it's like,
you think
she's trying to win too? Like
she's trying to win too, and you think she's trying to get fired?
Yeah, but there is something else with that. Like the whole organization is like rife with nepotism for the last 25 years, and these weird connections that everyone was an assistant or a player or a teammate, just hiring each other and going to all different places. It goes all the way back to like 1999. It went back when Stephanie White was a player. And when Stephanie White was a Fever player, she wore number 22. There's mad interesting weird things, and it's like, and basically Stephanie White's a basketball god in Indiana. As far as she was like Miss Basketball in 1995, she won a national title with Purdue. Ended up coming back playing with the Fever, so it was like she's real connected to the senior ownership, or not the senior ownership. Like Lynn Dunn, the senior advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Carolyn Peck? She was Stephanie White's college coach. So like when Carolyn Peck was saying
she was that old,
right? So when Carolyn Peck, Black Don't Crack, when Carolyn Peck was saying the shit on national television about Caitlyn, and it's like, this is your college coach. And people were putting like two and two together, like, hey, what the fuck? Where are you getting this shit from?
But Carolyn Peck was out here, throwing shade at Caitlyn before she was even the coach. She was still the coach in Connecticut.
Yeah.
So like people,
they're so far in the
hats, looking at a wall. Look, got thumbtacks and pins, pointing them into yarn, and trying to make connections. And they look like Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, like
you'd be like, hey, you keep this up.
You can be mad at each of these people on their own merit without trying to draw them together. Like
Stop trying to make these huge conspiracy theories. Because if you keep it up, all of a sudden we're gonna have to call you in. We're gonna have to call you in to say, hey, you are being anti-Semitic. Knock it off.
Eventually, you're gonna want Stephanie White rounded up.
Yeah. I had a conversation with a high school friend about like the stuff she was saying about Epstein on Instagram and TikTok, and I was like, all right, so what? Because she said something to me, and I was like, hey, what kind of conspiracy theorist are you? Right? Like, what kind of conspiracy theorist? And I gave her 3 levels, right? I was like, are you a Epstein and a bunch of rich motherfuckers was human trafficking people? And I was like, a reasonable conspiracy theorist, right? And I was like, or are you a silly conspiracy theorist? And I was like, do you think the Earth is flat or the moon landing was faked or whatever else, right?
You say Stevie ain't blind,
right? I didn't put. I more common ones, right? That's more of a specific black one, right? And then I was like, or are you a You think a certain group of people control media and money and therefore run the world type of conspiracy theories? And I was like, dangerous conspiracy theories, right? And she was like, oh no, just the first one. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, if she had been on pass number 2, I'd have been like, all right, we gotta wrap this conversation up. Yes, the saxophones. I gotta wrap this up. I can't. Hey, like, I ain't got time for this shit, man. I just don't. I don't.
Oh fuck. So yeah. YouTube channel been going crazy. I'll say that. But make sure y'all follow that one.
I don't need you out here proving Drake right.
Yeah.
What, the Jewish roots?
Yeah. Can't do that.
Absolutely not.
He cannot win.
Like, bro, you remember the old commercial? I think it was in Super Bowl, right? Either this year or last year. Like there's a Jewish kid that gets bullied in a high school hallway, and then the black kid walks over and says, "Yeah, man, I'm used to the same shit." And he puts on the blue shit, and I was like, that they showed that commercial during the Knicks game in Game 1. I was like, God damn it! And I was like, man,
who paid for this?
Shit. Who took the money to pay for it? To fund their league? Shit.
I think that's it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. That's the end of the show. If you are watching from the stream, be sure to go to the show notes when the podcast is up, and you can find the Rare Circle link there, and you can donate to the show from there. And be sure to listen to the other shows on the network. Besides One Nation Radio, you have Keepin it Strong Style, All Things Elite, AEW Match Guide, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, Tunnel Talk, Joshi'ing Around, Wrestling Hour with Chris Things, and Imp's Adventures. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.